Hey Lexi, 20 years ago, plus a couple of months, we sat in a darkened theater in our hometown watching the last of the George Lucas live-action Star Wars movies, and we got to the point where Obi-Wan had seemingly left Anakin for dead and returned to the side of Padme, and the young senator looked up at Obi-Wan through her grief and pain and said, "Is Anakin alright?" And while the Jedi Master was at a loss for words, 4-year-old Lexi wasn't. As you said to a whole theater full of people, nope. So with that in mind, I was wondering what 24-year-old Lex would think about us watching the movie for its 20th anniversary and doing another commentary for it. Would you say...
Yep.
Perfect. Let's get the conversation started. Hello and welcome to LexiCon. It is Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
And yesterday we were once again watching Revenge of the Sith, in most people's opinions, the best of the prequels. Star Wars Episode 3, originally released in theaters on May 19th, 2005. And we're going to get right into it without any further ado, because we got almost 2.5 hours of movie ahead of us. If you're watching along with us, we're going to count down 3, 2, 1, play, and all play together on play. And if you're not watching along with us, it's perfectly fine as well. If you are, make sure your copy of the movie is zeroed out, so as soon as you press play, we'll get right into the movie. No previews, FBI warnings, or don't try this at home, which I guess you wouldn't have with this. That's more of a wrestling thing. Don't try cutting people's limbs off with a lightsaber at home, kids.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
And anyway, on that note, we're going to start. So this is LexiCon's Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Commentary, beginning in 5, 4. I don't know why I started at 5. I said I was going to do 3. I did that last week, too. Anyway, try that again. LexiCon, Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Commentary in 3, 2, 1, play.
And it is playing.
Now, of course, we've done a commentary for this once before, but it's probably been about 10 years by now since we did it. I'm thinking it was around 2016, because that's the infamous lost episode of Episode 1.
Damn.
When you and I got sick doing a drinking game.
Yeah, like Rice, maybe don't do drinking games during a Star Wars movie.
You on grape juice, me on hard liquor.
We are not doing that this time around.
But, of course, for what will be the next episode... I had to rewatch this movie recently, and it just hit differently 20 years later. I was in tears by the end of this movie rewatching it. And I noticed several things that I'm not sure if I brought up before, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about. And again, 20th anniversary. It was back in theaters again earlier this year. Felt like the right time to do it.
Absolutely.
As we get one of the legendary crawls for Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. War! The Republic is crumbling under attacks by the ruthless Sith Lord, Count Dooku. There are heroes on both sides. Evil is everywhere. Are there really heroes on both sides?
I don't know.
I mean, the Trade Federation was kind of getting played by Palpatine, so maybe. But in a stunning move, the fiendish droid leader, General Grievous, is swept into the Republic capital and kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine, leader of the Galactic Senate. As the Separatist droid army attempts to flee the besieged capital with their valuable hostage, 2 Jedi Knights lead a desperate mission to rescue the captive Chancellor. Technically, one of them is a Jedi Master, but I guess technically he's still a Knight as well. And we begin.
Maki is sharing her opinions.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever seen this movie.
Skill you, honestly.
Then she just wasn't. I was literally watching it like a month ago. I bet she was out here during some of it.
She probably was.
Space.
All of our cats.
Space.
Pan down. Lens flare. Did J.J. Abrams secretly direct this?
Has a bright light.
He was heavily inspired by it.
I've never liked the opening of this movie. I just thought it was too big and too noisy and too much going on and just
I like the
kind of over the top from that. I don't mind the shot of the cruiser, but then this whole dogfight and going through all the debris and everything.
Uh-huh.
The best thing I can say about it is having read the script for the movie recently, it was supposed to be longer.
Interesting.
and it's truncated in the actual final version, so that's good.
I bet this is a level in the Lego game.
It is, and it's like my least favorite level.
I was going to say, and it probably sucks because it's flying.
I don't think my girlfriend likes this level.
You have to go through the different spaceships and pass through them, and if you get hit, you have to keep restarting, and it's hard to find all the mini-kits.
This is my girlfriend's favorite Star Wars movie.
It's a really good movie. I just said it's not my favorite opening.
Yeah.
I'd take a slightly different opening, personally. Like, maybe instead of the space battle, we could have actually seen them coming onto the ship. That could have been the opening of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with... My favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope. Followed closely by probably Return of the Jedi and Rogue One. And Empire's right up there as well. I like this one, and I like The Phantom Menace as well. The only Star Wars movie I don't really like is Attack of the Clones. I mean, the sequels don't count. They're not really Star Wars movies.
I have trouble.
New Hope might be my
movies
favorite,
and
but
all
I'm
things.
truly not sure.
New Hope still feels the best. I mean, Jedi's really
New Hope is
fun,
nice.
and it's got a great moment with Luke on the skiff doing the flip and catching the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Honestly, the season finale of Mandalorian 1 and 2 were really good Star Wars movies, too. And the finale of Book of Boba Fett, that was a really good Star Wars movie.
Mandalorian's great.
Honestly, that's the one thing about the Disney era. The prequels are... I mean, not the prequels. That's somebody else's opinion. I like the prequels. Attack of the Clones is
Playing
fine.
with my head now.
It's just too long.
Mm-hmm.
But, the sequels are horrible. Rogue One is fantastic. Rogue One is one of the all-time best Star Wars movies.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like Solo is perfectly serviceable. It's not bad. It's just not great. I don't like... Like, I like Donald Glover as Lando, but I don't like the way the character is portrayed in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way they gave Han his last name.
Yeah,
Legends canon, that's
stupid.
just his last name. He's part of the Solo family. He's even got family members that we see. That was stupid. But overall, the movie's fine. It's not bad. It's just not great.
Yeah.
It's certainly not offensive like the other sequels.
Most of the non-sequel stuff is either really good or just meh.
And the TV shows are fantastic for the most part. I mean, we were just talking about before we started this, we're really behind on them. Like, we haven't seen the second and third season of The Bad Batch. We haven't seen any of Andor. We haven't seen The Acolyte. But, I mean, will you please stop that cat from scratching the couch, peek behind the camera? That's a fairly new couch, and I prefer it not be scratched up. Not to mention it's probably noisy in the background of the show.
Yeah, I apologize. I think she's trying to play with something.
But anyway, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, the season of Bad Batch we have seen, what I've seen in the Clone Wars, both the old episodes and the newer ones, all fantastic. They've done a really great job with television.
Yes.
Not such a good job with the
Obi-Wan
movies.
also had a moment that slightly annoyed me.
What'd he do?
Well, in
The show. I thought you were talking about Obi-Wan on screen right now, because we're watching Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Like the moment, well, kind of the whole battle with Vader, but then when it's like he's
Those droids are
talking
like
to
melons.
Vader,
They like eyeballs, too. Look
and
at
then
that.
Vader's like, Anakin's dead, I killed him, or whatever.
Uh-huh. I think that was just to play off how in the original Star Wars,
It feels unnecessary.
Obi-Wan says he's dead, and then the revelation as well. Technically, he's not, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute. I didn't like the way Obi-Wan started. It took a while to get going, and I always hate the trope of, the character's he's so weak and now he can't do what he used. I know he's in a bad spot, but he still should have been Obi-Wan.
It felt like the moment in Solo, just not nearly as bad.
Yeah.
Did we in a line like that?
But by the second half of Obi-Wan, I thought it was a pretty badass series. The only thing, my biggest problem with that is the fact that he and Leia knew each other, and then in A New Hope, Leia acts like she's never met him before.
And also, he defeated Vader and then just let him go again. Like, why?
Yeah, that's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
We'll beat the guy twice and then kill him either time.
Change history if he just kind of kicked him a little further down into the lava.
Like, the first time, like, okay, maybe he thought he was kind of done for, but then he came back as a very active threat, and it's like, was still active, and like, you to take him out.
I mean, maybe by then he'd seen the vision that Vader would be the one to defeat the Emperor.
Maybe, I don't fucking know.
Something looks
I don't know, it's
odd
specious. The whole Chosen One and prophecy is kind of... I've heard it argued that it's supposed to be nebulous and changing, and of course prophecies can be misread.
Yeah.
And I've heard the argument that, Anakin had to destroy the Jedi and the Sith to balance things out, because the Jedi had become, too stuck in their ways and too far away from what they should have been. And I've heard just the argument that just by killing Palpatine when he did bring balance to the Force, and I don't know. The prophecy kind of annoyed. I kind of like the idea if they just misread the prophecy and he got lucky by finishing off the Emperor. That works the best to me personally. I have a bad feeling about this. Legendary Star Wars line first uttered by Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, not Han Solo.
Nice.
Yo, lightsaber.
We talked about favorite Star Wars movies as well as the Lego games and how the flying levels sucked. I would say my friend had no opinion on the flying levels. He just doesn't care for racing levels in Lego.
By and
I
large,
love the racing levels.
By and large, I don't hate the flying levels in Star Wars. I don't like that level in particular because it's
A lot
very
of the
short,
flying ones
and you're just going through all of this debris. And if you don't time it perfectly right, you're constantly starting over. It's hard to grab the mini kits. It's not that. It might even be. Is it even a whole level by itself, or is it?
I don't know.
It might be the first half of a level even.
I love
I
the
just
pod
remember when
racing
we
level.
played.
Pod racing's fine. And most of the flying levels I don't have a problem with.
When you and I played it together, the flying levels were a pain. I don't hate them, but they were a pain.
The one flying level, I think it's from episode 2 when you're going through on the big cruiser.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure it's episode 2, right before the showdown with Dooku. That level's not great. But most of the flying levels are fine.
But also, their favorite Star Wars movie, as of the last time I asked them, was Empire Strikes Back.
General Grievous continuing the Lucas tradition of introducing really cool characters and then getting rid of them really fast. I mean, think about it. General Grievous, Count Dooku, Boba Fett, Jango Fett.
At least the ones in the prequels,
Darth
you get to see more
Maul.
of them in Clone Wars.
What?
At least most of the prequel ones, you get to see more in Clone Wars.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as the movies themselves, they show up and then they're
Darth
gone.
Maul gets Clone Wars and Rebels.
Oh, yeah.
Darth Maul gets everything.
Apparently, there was one
He
I
gets
think
legs.
it might have been one of Lucas's plan. It might have been one of Lucas's plans for the sequel series.
Uh-huh.
Was to focus instead of on the Empire as the villain, like a criminal underworld, and Darth Maul was going to lead it.
Interesting.
Kind of like they had him set up in Solo, but of course he couldn't continue into the actual sequels because they killed him off in Clone Wars.
Rebels.
Which is it Rebels?
Yeah.
Okay. I know it was one of the anime. I haven't seen the episode, but I've seen the scene, and it's an awesome scene.
It is an awesome scene.
In fact, I have somebody, Michael Mercy, a YouTuber I really like. He actually put, I think, Duel of the Fates over top of it, and it's really awesome.
Nice.
R2-D2, the through link of all the Star Wars movies. That's another version of Star Wars Lucas was actually going to have. It was actually revealed it was taking place thousands of years later, and R2 was retelling the story. Because the idea was always kind of for R2, and to a lesser degree, 3PO to sort of be the connective tissue through all the stories.
Interesting.
Prequels have the best action scenes.
Droids last a while in this universe.
And one thing I will say about the opening there, I mean, obviously, most of that's computer generated. I'm not sure what the ratio of practical to computer generated, but obviously Lucas was really into the computer generated stuff by this point. Yeah. And even the early Star Wars used computers to a degree, but that was more for cameras. Mm-hmm. Almost everything in the original Star Wars is practical. But it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like super fake or anything. Like, it's not real, but it looks fine. It's not like some computer animated things where it's like, oh, that just looks so fake.
Yeah.
It's done really well. It's too frenetic, and I just don't like it that much. I'd like a different start, personally.
Understandable.
And like I say, Attack of the Clones, I just cut off like the whole first half of the movie.
Lightsaber fights in the original trilogy are fine, but
they definitely picked it up later on. And then you have The Last Jedi, where you don't even have a lightsaber fight.
Yeah, you have
people fighting with lightsabers, but not against other people with lightsabers.
Yeah.
I hate The Last Jedi so much, but we've covered that.
The sequels suck.
Look, I know you and I differ on it, but I find Rise of Skywalker tolerable. The other two, I think, are abominations. Although I will say, what's the first one? What is it? The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens is the most tolerable to me.
I feel like The Force Awakens is a better Star Wars movie than Last Jedi, even though I think Last Jedi is a better movie. But the big problem with Force Awakens, it's like a $100 million fan movie. It's like J.J. Abrams just got to remake Star Wars in his image.
Force Awakens isn't original enough.
Exactly. I hate that they 86 the Legends canon.
Yeah.
Like, just pick that up and adapt it.
Yeah.
How do R2 and C-3PO last so damn long?
I don't know. Divine intervention, maybe?
They really just see through a lot
Okay, now this shot coming up when Count Dooku does the flip, speaking of CGI, this looks kind of funny. This looks like the jump in Civil War that I always complain about. So in like 11 years, it didn't get any better. That doesn't look great to me, to my eyes anyway. I guess it's certainly passed.
It could have probably been better.
Okay, this line right here, Obi-Wan's like, Chancellor Palpatine, Sith Lords are our specialty. He's fought one before this. Well, he fought Dooku and got his ass kicked.
It's his specialty.
And Anakin, and he killed Darth Maul.
It's his specialty.
10 years, I've killed one and lost to this guy. That makes it our specialty.
Yep. That's Obi-Wan. That checks out.
Christopher Lee's a badass. You know he has, like, heavy metal Christmas albums?
Nice. I love that. Doesn't he have a very long list of things he's done?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's even by this time, he was an elder actor.
Yeah.
He started out in, like, the Hammer horror films, like playing Dracula and stuff. And, of course, famously played Saruman in Lord of the Rings.
Gabby, don't you have a list of things about him?
Oh, about
Christopher Lee.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
He does a lot of cool shit.
We mentioned him in our countdown of the actors who'd had the most roles in sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, that looked kind of phony too, the way Obi-Wan's body moved.
Yeah,
Not gonna
a little
lie.
bit.
You know, a surprising amount of this is actually choreographed in the script itself. Like, obviously, almost none. It's just they fight, and somebody wins or whatever. But there's lots of points in the script where it's like, you know, he kicks Anakin or Anakin kicks him. There's more scripted than I would have expected there to be, honestly.
Interesting.
Obviously, I figured most of it was just done on set with the fight scene choreographers and figuring it out around the sets.
Lucas had a vision.
But there was actually more of it than I thought.
And they went his hands.
There they went. Good. This is one of my most quoted points when he's like, "Kill, do it." Oh no, he's just killing. When did he say do it? Is it later? Does he not even say do it? Did I just make that up? Is that just in my head?
I have no idea.
Wait, maybe he's gonna do it here. Yeah, there it is. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it till you're satisfied.
See it.
What does he do with his lightsaber?
What do you mean?
Well, he's holding two lightsabers there, and we never see the red one again. He didn't keep it as a trophy or anything. We don't see him throw it on the floor.
Maybe he just tosses it out into space when no one was looking.
See, it's just gone now.
Wait, what?
He's got an empty hand and a hand with his sword. I mean, his hands are off camera. He could have easily just dropped it without making a big motion that we saw, but you don't see what happens to the lightsaber.
That's very interesting.
Oh, Anakin and the Sand People.
Gabby, there's a missing lightsaber. It just vanished.
I ate it, so I was hungry.
You were there?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like hiding. Well, you don't see it on camera.
This movie came out before you were alive.
I was camera shy.
To be fair, he was in his mother's stomach in that movie theater. This is in his DNA. He was developing inside his mother, watching this movie on the big screen, listening to it through her.
Gosh.
He's a true Star Wars baby.
When did the others come out? The other prequels.
99 and 2003, I think.
Damn.
Feels right.
Bit of time skip between the first two.
A little bit.
Compared to the second and third one.
Yeah, definitely. And then the original Star Wars was 77, 80, and 83.
Interesting. They were more evenly spaced out.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now, everything falls into space. Not into space, they're landing on something. R2!
Palpatine scrabbling up there is funny.
Yeah. I thought he was sliding down. Hey, Mickey, who's your favorite Star Wars character? You don't know any, okay.
Well, Luke Skywalker's my favorite Star Wars character. When did we ask that?
We didn't.
We weren't going through that earlier.
No, we weren't. That's just the random question I asked the
Probably
cat.
Luke's number one. Din Djarin might be number two at this point, honestly.
R2's still number one for me, honestly. I will forever love R2. But then we also got Obi-Wan and Chewbacca and the Pugs and the Ewoks and Baby Yoda.
Grogu.
And the Mandalorian.
Din Djarin.
Yeah.
Mandalorian is just the...
Yeah, I know. I was specifically referring to Pedro Pascal.
He's way better when he doesn't take off the helmet, honestly. The first time he took off the helmet, I was like, I should have kept the helmet on.
Yeah, he's Pedro Pascal.
But of course, I go into Legends canon too. Y'all know how much I'm into that. So
yeah,
I get people like Murtagev and Jaina Solo, and Ben Skywalker, and of course Mara Jade.
I still need to read the Star Wars books.
Fate of the Jedi, Legacy of the Force. That's what you need to start with. Those are the best to me. The Fate of the Jedi, not Fate of the Jedi. Yeah, is it Fate of the Jedi?
I have no idea.
I think it's Legacy of... Hold on, I've got the first one over here.
How many books total is that?
There's about 8 in each one.
Not too bad.
Yeah, Legacy of the Force. That's the one with Jason Solo turning the dark side, and Jaina has to kill him, and Luke's just such a badass, and we get Boba Fett's granddaughter, and we get Boba Fett helping train Jaina with a lightsaber. Come on, who wouldn't have fucking... Take all my money, man. Force Awakens made $900 million. You give me that, double that probably. Come on.
Yeah. Probably would have been better.
Just ran into a wall full speed.
And I mean, I've seen different arguments about whether or not the books were supposed. I mean, obviously Lucas allowed them to be whatever they were, maybe within certain rules. But there's arguments that technically they were a separate existence from the movies, even though they always tried to work with the movies. So, I mean, you could have done it or not, but I mean, just do it, man. You had this perfect story there. They adapted certain elements of it, but they left most of it.
R2 over.
It happens.
R2. I was going... Oh, we were talking about books. You know, you bought me a book in January, and I still have not read it.
General Grievous has, like, a cough, and the backstory is supposed to be that's why he wears the suit, is because he's, like, ill, and he couldn't really survive with kind of proto Vader, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's never mentioned anywhere in the script, though. That was all just, like, in Lucas's head.
Interesting.
It's not in the script at all. It might be mentioned that he coughs here or there, but there's no actual details about his condition at all.
That's
at least in the
deeper lore that didn't make it.
The version that I read, which seemed pretty much to be the shooting script.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a bit in there that's cut out, but it's mainly for time and to make scenes flow a little better. Actually, the main stuff that's cut out is a lot of the governmental machinations. There's like a whole sect of senators that keep meeting to think about how they can deal with Palpatine and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I know this movie was written during the George W. Bush administration, and a lot of it was sort of playing off the feelings people had during that. But it's even more appropriate for what's going on today in our government. So I almost wish it was left in. But it's really eerie how much it fits what we're dealing with nowadays with the...
Did he lose his head?
The battle droid? Or General Grievous's guard?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. The one with the shocky stick. Yeah, those are Grievous's bodyguards.
Yeah.
That's all they're ever described as in the script.
I like the other droids. I don't like them, but I do like them.
But was sort of a megalomaniacal despot, usurping the power of the government. Very, very appropriate to what we're dealing with now. And a lot of it, like I said, I'm reading through it, and a lot of it didn't make it in. I'm like, man, I didn't remember this, but man, this feels appropriate right now. Very prescient.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Should not break glass in space.
Well, I mean...
Well, he's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say... Does Vader's suit work in space?
I would assume so.
I'm trying to think if there's any time, because I haven't read a lot with Vader, and I've read a little bit in the Vader era in the books. I mostly read after the original Star Wars movies. And I know, like, the standard stormtroopers don't work out in space. They actually have to be space troopers. So I wonder if Vader's helmet works out in space.
I feel like Vader would splurge to work in space. They can't afford that for all.
Vader explodes. Is
Vader got the upgrade.
Yup.
He got the deluxe biosuit.
Yup.
Is the Emperor paying him and he's using that money for a suit?
Yup.
Emperor, can I have some more money for some suit upgrades?
I need a raise, master. I got a deluxe suit.
I need next month's
gotta get that new suit.
To upgrade
that
my
new
suit,
suit that's
please.
on the market.
The DLC has come out. I must upgrade.
Apple has released a new version of my suit. I need to buy it.
Why is Apple making it?
But Apple can't be on the villains. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, that doesn't work out.
There's a new Google suit I must get.
New Samsung suit.
the new freaking Galaxy S10 suit.
Galaxy is appropriate for Star Wars.
Yeah. Dude, I've recently watched a video for some reason. I was scrolling through TikTok, and for some reason I sat there and watched the fucking video. It was like a whole lot of information about the CEO of Samsung and other things to do with the upper class society wealth of Korea. Apparently, like, he got divorced, and shortly afterwards, his wife, anytime she was photographed, she made sure to have her phone out, showing that it's an iPhone. Like, she would, anytime she's being photographed, it's like, yep, just talking on my iPhone.
Landing on Coruscant, the capital city.
Nice.
I've seen this at least loosely confirmed.
Putting out the ship as it's on fire going down.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not crazy. The idea of having, fire ships ready to accompany a ship. That's totally... It's a nice little detail, actually.
Yeah.
And it's in the script, too.
Interesting.
That taking out the tower, that was not specifically in the script.
Ah.
I can tell you that
They just needed
much.
a bonus visual.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of big action sequences aren't going to be that heavily scripted. It's going to be done later on, It's going to be done in the editing. It's going to be done in the CGI. It's going to be done in the choreography of the fight scenes. But anyway, I've seen this loosely confirmed, and it's always been my personal theory. Of course, the original Star Wars was shot in Britain, so you had the main actors, but then a lot of the smaller roles were filled by British actors, so a lot of the Empire had British accents. Mm-hmm. But my theory always was that's the Coruscant accent. Coruscant is the home planet of... It was the Republic and then the Empire. So
that makes sense.
That's the Coruscant accent.
Autu.
I like the little droid there picking up the stuff.
That looked like steps, so I was sitting here like, how did R2 just glide down that? But then in the closest shot, I saw that it was a ramp. Look at all the droids looking in the background. There are a lot of freaking droids in Star Wars.
Yeah, they're the backbone of the society.
Absolutely.
I never liked this bit here. Like, you saved my skin for the 9th time. Or he's like, I saved your skin for the 10th time. 9th. The other time doesn't. It's like, why do I make Obi-Wan like such a buffoon? He's supposed to be one of the greatest Jedi ever.
I don't know. I like his outfit.
It's funny, too, talking about reading The Legacy of the Force, where you have Jason Solo turning the dark side, and you have Ben Skywalker's his apprentice.
Yeah.
You read a book, you're going to picture the characters in your head. I always picture Jason as like Anakin from Episode 3, and Ben as Anakin from Episode 2.
Interesting. To some degree, that probably makes sense, though.
That's a heavy set Twi'lek.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I lost half my thought in the middle of saying it, actually. That wasn't. That went nowhere. 3PO has joined.
Another Silver Protocol droid, just like 3PO over there, too.
Nice.
Okay, so...
So what?
Episode 1, do we see any Protocol droids before we meet 3PO? Because Anakin built 3PO. So did he come up with the design and then everybody copied it, or he was just building a Protocol droid out of scraps?
Oh, if I know.
I feel as though he was just
Gotta go
going
back
out
and watch
scraps, but I
Episode
don't
1
know.
again.
I think in the Lego Star Wars game, you control a Silver Protocol droid before PPO.
PPO?
Well, I know there...
PPO.
I know there's one on the Tantus at the beginning of Episode 4, but that obviously takes place well after this.
Yeah.
So, it depends on what part of the game you're playing. But yeah, I think there's... I want to say there's a Protocol droid when...
I'm not sure.
When, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan go meet the Trade Federation at the beginning. I mean, that makes more sense, really, than that Anakin sparked a whole design revolution of droids. Yeah. But obviously that's, 3PO's not unique insofar as his design. Girl, I don't know what the hell you were thinking. You should have gotten away from him after he killed those sand people. You can't fix him.
Yeah, there's a protocol. TC-14
Echo play.
was on the
I Can Fix Him, No Way I Can by Taylor Swift.
TC-14
Alright.
was on the Trade Federation ship.
They're saying Taylor Swift has a song for everything.
I do like the Princess Leia tribute buns. I guess that's a popular style in the Star Wars galaxy.
I bet the paint style. Probably not the worst of all the hairstyles, though. Honestly, probably very simple compared to some of the other hairstyles.
I was in Hardware Wars, which is an early parody of Star Wars. Really, it's on YouTube, too. I gotta show it to y'all.
Okay.
I still have it on my VHS with my original copy of Star Wars. But I did see it's on YouTube the other day. But, of course, the Leia stand and has the buns and the Chewie stand and he's like Cookie Monster. And he just all of a sudden looks over and starts eating her buns.
Interesting.
Oh, it's fantastic. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $3 goodbye.
I saw a Cookie Monster plushie the other day. He was a chef and he had a little cookie in his pocket. He was so cute.
Here we are on Utapau, I believe.
Interesting.
Where Grievous and the Separatist leaders have encamped.
That was some very... What is that flying thing in the background?
Some kind of a local creature.
There were some very interesting building setup things in Star Wars. I really like the designs, though. I like the world building of Star Wars.
One of the earliest examples of really major world building in movies.
Yeah.
You know, and not a whole lot that came before it existed in a world that wasn't our own.
Grievous looks really cool.
I'm not saying
like he looks kind of silly, but he also looks really cool.
No, I like Grievous. Like I say, he's yet another one of those characters that just comes in for a minute and then he's gone.
Grievous deserved more.
Why do we make all these cool characters and then just get rid of them right away?
That I do not know.
The loss of Count Dooku. His death was that's a horrible Palpatine.
And so, did they do much with Grievous in anything else?
I'm sure he was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he's in the Clone Wars.
I mean, that covers the whole period of the war. And, you know, I've never seen the animated movie, The Clone Wars, either, that kicked off the series.
It was like some sort of landing pad on a building.
Well, it makes sense if you're going to have sky conveyances.
It makes a lot of sense. It's actually kind of surprising that I only noticed it on one building.
Here's some of that notoriously bad Anakin and Padme dialogue.
I'm sorry.
Talk about the baby Naboo is fine when she starts going on about, so love has blinded you? No, it's not good. Maybe it's not as bad as episode 2.
There are a lot of memes about the dialogue.
And they're both good actors, so I mean, it's not... I mean, I guess you can blame them. You can be a good actor and act poorly in a movie. Mm-hmm. But I also think part of it is just Lucas, you know, you said the dialogue good, let's move on. I didn't need a whole lot out of it. I think by and large, Lucas would have done Star Wars without any dialogue if he could have. It's supposed to be more of a visual presentation and, you know, acted out.
That would be very different.
Not spoken.
That would be a very different experience. I'm not sure it would go as well, honestly.
Do you like her nightgown?
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's another dress she wears. I don't know if it's in this movie or one of the others, but I've been seeing it online a lot lately. And it's a really pretty dress. I think it's kind of like yellow and purplish.
That scene was cut down a bit.
Okay.
Like I said, there's a fair bit of dialogue. None of it's super important. It doesn't change anything to have it cut out. But it was there on the page and didn't make it to the stage.
I'm trying to pull up a picture of the dress I was telling you about, because you'd probably recognize it. This one.
Yep, that's a dress.
Which one is it?
I don't know. Probably later on in this movie. I mean, when I was rewatching, I wasn't sitting there cataloging every outfit that everybody wore. I was more looking at the performances and what they were saying and how the action sequences played out.
She just has like strands of pulls on her sleeping there.
It wasn't a sartorial critique.
I wonder...
This balcony features a lot in the movie. There's a lot of scenes set on this balcony.
Interesting. I wonder a pull's value in Star Wars.
What?
I said I wonder a pearl's value in Star Wars.
Where'd they even come from?
That I don't know.
What creates pearls in the Star Wars universe?
I legitimately don't know. Clearly they exist, though. Let's see. Couldn't this Leia owned that dress as well? I don't know if she, at some point, canonically is shown with the dress, or if it's just, she inherited everything of Padme's.
Well, how'd she get Padme's stuff? Because nobody's supposed to know she's Padme's daughter.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, Bale knows, but I'm not sure it'd be a good idea for them to try to funnel her stuff to her. I
have absolutely no idea.
I mean, to be fair, Bale and Padme are friends, so I guess it's not entirely crazy they can end up with some of her stuff, but the whole idea is to hide the association.
Yeah.
I can see one of Padme's nipples through her nightgown.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it had to be said.
Okay. It did not have to be said.
Well, look, pal. Anytime you want to provide the commentary, go for it. If I'm left to talk and I see a nipple, I'm going to comment on it.
Do you yell out about every nipple
What have you got against nipples?
Nothing.
Nipples are fantastic. There, I said it. Look, hot take. I don't care.
The gown was first seen in Attack of the Clones.
I'll take your word for it, Alex. This is the only one I rewatched recently. And again, I wasn't paying that much attention to the outfits.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to appear in this one at all. According to this, the appearances... let's see. Queen's Shadow, an audiobook. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Queen's Hope, an audiobook cover only. Darth Vader 26 and flashbacks. And Poe Dameron 21.
I also said I read something recently saying Obi-Wan's understanding of the Force was wrong, where he says it's like this Force that surrounds us, penetrates us, binds the galaxy together, and that he was misguided because that was Yoda's view of the Force, and Yoda's view of the Force had become predominant within the Jedi Order, but that before them, people saw it in different ways.
Yeah.
It really kind of made Yoda out to be a bad guy. I didn't really like it.
I'm sorry.
And the examples were like some of the past Jedi. One of them felt the Force through music, and one of them envisioned as a Force. To me, that doesn't change the nature of the Force itself. It's just how people experience it. So, you know how internet writing is, though. It's such a cesspool anymore. I'm not saying there's not good writing out there, but there's so much, and so much of it is just bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but for some reason lately, so many articles I read, it'll have a paragraph repeated in it. It'll have a paragraph up here and 2 more paragraphs, and then it repeats that paragraph again. It's so lazy. I don't know what's going on. If it's just bad copy and paste, I don't know if... I doubt it's AI, because AI does make mistakes, but that's not the kind of mistake I would see from AI.
Yeah,
And a lot of these articles are, one person will write it, and then another site will run it, another site will run it.
Somebody should be proofreading that, and who is allowing just copying, pasting?
Oh my god, and there's so many clickbaity headlines now. You'll read this headline, then you'll read it like, okay, technically that's right, but it certainly makes it sound way different than the body of the article. I hate myself for clicking on articles online anymore, but there's like one good one for every 200 bad ones.
I'm currently reading how Leia came into possession of Padme's clothes.
Well, and what canon is that?
I think it's connected to the comics.
That's probably even a third canon, honestly. You probably got Legends and the movie and TV canon.
And according to this, it's a Poe Dameron comic.
I thought you were going to say it was a Poe Dameron dress. Oh, darling, what are you wearing? It's a Poe Dameron original. Poe went on to be a fashion designer.
Yes.
Wait, though, he would have gone back to do time travel, obviously.
Obviously.
The sequels in general have a lot of things that only explained in the comics.
Yeah.
Isn't there some weird shit that happens in the comics?
To be fair, a lot of the Star Wars lore was always explored in ancillary materials.
I mean, yeah, all the lore, but there's important stuff in the sequels that's only said in the comics.
Like, even in the original Star Wars, a lot of stuff, the Sith, Mustafar, there's lots of things that were first mentioned in either the comics or the newsletters, or Boba Fett made his first appearance in... Technically, he made his first appearance in the Christmas special, although, to be fair, he is in a scene that was cut from the original Star Wars. Mm-hmm. That scene, it's been put back in the special edition with the CGI Jabba, but they had a practical Jabba, and Lucas wasn't happy with the way the practical Jabba looked, but it's Jabba with several of the bounty hunters.
What did practical
at Mos Eisley.
look like?
I haven't ever seen it. It might be out there somewhere, but it's not any of the official materials.
Any of this information.
Apparently, it didn't look as good as it did come Jedi. That's all I can tell you.
This is apparently a panel in the comics or whatever. She talks about how Padme's belongings were preserved on Naboo and eventually given to her.
Maybe, okay. If you're talking post-rebellion, that would make sense.
And apparently she's trying to keep them preserved if she ever has a granddaughter.
I don't know why I didn't even consider that it could have been after the rebellion.
Yeah.
But she's specifically looking at that dress in the comic.
Okay. You can't tell me that Ki-Adi-Mundi is not based on Coneheads. Do y'all know who the Coneheads are?
No.
It was a bit on Saturday Night Live. Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin and Lorraine Newman, and they were aliens, and they had a pointed head. They were Coneheads. Literally what it sounds like. Their head just extended up, and they had a flesh-colored cone on the top of their head. And they, tried to hide they were aliens. They're always we come from France. And they made a movie of it, too, in the 90s. But it's very much what Ki-Adi-Mundi looks like, except his head doesn't come to quite as much of a point.
The only cone head I know of is the item from The Binding of Isaac. I love The Binding of Isaac. It's an awesome game.
Any Star Wars connections?
Wait, is that base game?
Oh, and here, too. Yoda's like, go I will. Wookiees and I have good relations. And he hangs out with Chewbacca. But later on, then, when we meet Han Solo and Chewbacca, and of course, it's when we meet him at first, in our real timeline, Han's all like, the Force, that's all just hokey bullshit religion. Chewie's like, motherfucker, I knew a Jedi. I saw what he could do. Why doesn't Chewie ever speak up for him? He's like such close friends with Yoda now, and he's not like, you know? Han can understand Chewie, so it's not like a language barrier.
Also, sad news, at some point in time, Leia actually ends up losing all of Padme's wardrobe.
He's told Han about it like 20 times, but Han doesn't believe him every time. Like, oh yeah, sure, you were besties with a Jedi, yeah, sure.
I just feel like Han would believe Chewie. They're pretty talented.
Chewie's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
They've, of course, Anakin gets put on the council here, but they don't give him the rank of master, which rankles him. I always thought, early on in my Star Wars fandom, probably before the prequels ever came out even, that the color of your lightsaber was dictated by what rank you were as a Jedi. Because I assume Luke had the blue lightsaber when he was learning, and then when he became a master later on, he had the green lightsaber. Never think about the fact that Obi-Wan's lightsaber was blue the whole time.
Always learning.
I just conveniently forgot about that.
Ooh, how many different colors of lightsabers are there?
Don't imagine all the Star Wars.
5.
They just gave him the rank of master.
Canonically, right? Green, blue, purple, orange, and red. Have we seen any other colors? Maybe yellow.
Yellow? Yeah, there's yellow.
And supposedly they actually do have different properties to them. Like green is more for like a...
Yeah, I think technically this is Legends canon right now because the first lightsaber logo comes from Knights of the Old Republic, where it was blue was the Jedi Guardian.
Well, people still talk about this as if it's accepted and matches up with the movies, like blue being for more of a fight, more of an aggressive fighter, and green for more of a strategical.
Yeah, more force connected, and then yellow in Kota is for something more in the middle, but in like like the Clone Wars and stuff, it's for like the Jedi Temple Jedis or whatever.
And red is for the dark side because you actually have to corrupt the crystal and bleed it to make that color.
Yeah. Oh, and white. Did you mention white?
I didn't mention white.
Yeah, a purified.
Ahsoka's got white, doesn't she?
Yeah, a purified crystal.
Of course, early, I mean, before Mace Windu, we had green and purple and red. I mean, green and blue and red.
Yeah.
And then we got Mace Windu with the special purple lightsaber, and then eventually, once we started getting way more... Well, I don't know, maybe in the comics something different showed up.
Technically, in Knights of the Old Republic, there's even more colors, like cyan.
Right, but when did that come out, is what I'm saying.
The same time we got lightsaber law.
Well, I mean, prequels were started in 99.
Yeah.
So when's Knights of the Old Republic?
Like 2000s.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. This is the first time we ever saw anything just besides green, blue, and red.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But then we got
2003.
way more.
But 2 had more colors, I think.
My friend's favorite lightsaber color is orange.
She's got like a headband on. It looks like she's wearing like an old-style pilot's cap.
2 was 2004.
Or like like a swim cap, like she's fixing to hit the pool.
Cool.
I gotta go do my mommy aerobics.
Oh, God. No, it's always with the interesting. She still has some sort of buns. She has the headband thing going on, but then she has like her hair pulled back and clipped in the back.
It also amazes me too.
How much hair she supposedly has?
Well, no, like Anakin is so willing to listen to the Chancellor's version of events and think the Jedi are turning bad, and you know, while Padme is so clearly on the opposite side, seeing that the Republic needs to be held together and fight against the tyranny of Palpatine. Mm-hmm. But he's so in love with her, but he just can't be bothered to consider her side at all. He's so stubbornly just going along with his vision, or the vision that's being given him by someone else. And of course the cruel irony of him bringing to life the vision that he's been seeing by causing Padme's death.
Yeah.
If he had just stayed the course and stuck with his side, and let Mace Windu kill Palpatine. So many interesting what-ifs.
Very much. Star Wars what if.
A Night at the Opera here.
Interesting. Even Star Wars has opera.
It's like, in the script, it's something like a story of a squid. I know that it's not that, but squid is mentioned. Because I remember thinking about Blooper when I read it.
This is honestly...
it looks more like jellyfish in the movie, but...
Well, I just want to say that this is actually, like, really kind of fascinating to some degree to think about, just, like, this space fantasy stuff. Meanwhile, I've been watching The Gilded Age, and it was most of Season 2's plotline. There's the whole, like, battle of the opera houses between the Met and the other one, competing for popularity or whatever, but, like, that's set in 1800s America, you know, like, the main form of upper class, high society entertainment, having the boxes and everything. Very, very different from Star Wars, yet this is still the same. Still opera house situations.
Okay, in KOTOR 2, I looked at the lightsaber colors.
Uh-huh.
There was yellow, purple, this is gold, but orange, silver, blue, green, red, turquoise, viridian, and bronze.
We get turquoise, viridian, and bronze, and no pink.
No pink. Got the purple lightsaber.
What pink lightsaber?
Pink would look kind of weird.
Pink would look amazing.
Makes it a little more Power Rangers than Jedi.
Pink would be amazing.
I don't think most of the colors had low in KOTOR 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in the first one, it just comes from the 3 classes. Whichever class you picked, you had to get a lightsaber corresponding to it. Blue for the Jedi Guardian, green for the Jedi Counselor or whatever, and yellow for the Sentinel.
Interesting. Remember how Sims 4 could have done a really cool Star Wars pack? And they just absolutely did it. They gave us a half-assed Star Wars theme park. And it's like, fuck off.
There is also the turquoise/cyan and orange in the original game, but only through, like, DLC with special crystals you can get.
I just looked it up. This is actually Squid Lake.
Okay.
In the script.
Squid Lake?
Okay.
Yeah, and like I say, best I can tell, this is probably the shooting script that I have. I'm not sure what the commercial release looks like, and I'm not sure what the early drafts look like, obviously. But this seems very, very close to what's actually on the screen, just with certain things cut for time or...
Okay.
This is one of the scenes that stands out a lot to me when I think about this movie and about the fall of Anakin.
Really?
To the dark side.
Interesting. I mean, that's probably fair. To be fair, I don't watch this movie very often.
Maybe you should have rewatched it then for its 20th anniversary.
Perhaps. I don't watch Star Wars as often as I should, but honestly, when I do decide to go back and watch Star Wars, I always, like, start with A New Hope, and then I don't normally make it back to watching the prequels.
This is when Palpatine tells Anakin about Darth Plagueis, who was the Sith Lord that was his master. They did a Darth Plagueis book about 10 years ago I wanted to get, but
that's a very interesting visual.
Squid Lake, baby. Oh man, I recently found out too, George Lucas and his daughter are in this movie.
Really?
We might have missed the scene already. It might have been here. It might have been here actually, because they're sort of like dignitaries or something. He's dressed up. He doesn't have a bunch of prosthetics on, but like his face is painted blue.
Yeah.
And this is a potential scene. This could be people at the opera. I just saw that on like a YouTube short the other day. I'm not sure if George has ever made a cameo in any. I think that was his one cameo in the movies.
Very
I think he said he just did it because his kids wanted him to.
I tried to look up concept art for a pink lightsaber. That went nowhere. But I did find a lot of people arguing that a pink lightsaber wouldn't work too easily because it would just look too similar to how they designed the purple one.
Well, not only that, but conceptually, if you have to bleed a kyber crystal to make it red, how would you get pink, really?
How do you get purple?
I mean,
it's a natural...
Fair, but purple feels like more of an
crystal,
offshoot of blue.
But technically, purple requires red.
Kyber crystals are natural?
Not if you already have a source that's that color.
Why can't there be a source that's pink?
Apparently, kyber crystals don't come in red. So if they came in pink, why would you have to bleed one to make it red?
Because pink and red aren't the same color.
I think original lore, they actually did just...
Look, there are natural crystals.
I think bleeding is actually later in the lore. I think originally they did just come in red.
This is our first shot of the Wookiee homeworld, Kashyyyk.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All the trees.
Very Endorian, I would say. Well,
Yes.
technically, it's the moon of Endor that the Ewoks live on.
Interesting.
I like those camo troopers. I always like the scout troopers. They're always my favorite stormtroopers. The one that rode the speeder bikes in Jedi.
This is pretty cool in Lego.
In the game.
Yeah. We don't have it in Lego.
Oh no! It's the beach one. That one's so annoying. And trying to make that one jump and get on the scout walker. No, this is one of my least favorite levels. Honestly,
It's a neat designed level, though. Like,
they all look cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, honestly, this would be another one of my least favorite. I mean, maybe not just to beat the level, but when you're trying to complete it. And I don't really see much point in playing a Lego game if you're not going to try to complete it. Because to me, that's a lot of the fun, is being able to go back and get all the secret stuff. Did we played the prequels in Skywalker Saga, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure this was horrible in Skywalker Saga, because everything in that game is horrible.
Yeah, the prequel sucked.
It looks cool, plays like shit. So many pointless levels, and like no variety of abilities. Just not a fun game at all.
According to this, pink lightsabers exist in Legends canon.
Okay.
Mara Jade was gifted one.
I thought she had a purple lightsaber, honestly.
I don't know.
I know Jaina has a purple lightsaber. I'm not sure what Mars is. And look, even if the color of the lightsaber is mentioned, it's a small part. Like she ignited her crimson blade or whatever.
Yeah. But according to this, like, it doesn't exist in anything visual.
Right. I'm not. But also,
at
I
one point in
have
time,
not read every
technically
single Legends
existed.
book. I've read a lot of them.
Technically, the official color is magenta. But that's essentially pink.
Well, okay, magenta and pink. When you say pink, I'm thinking like a real bright bubblegum pink.
Magenta is the shade of pink that printers use.
I'm not going to take the time to go down there. I think Mars on the cover of one of the books I have. It'd be interesting to see what color her light, because it could be a reddish shade. I mean, she wasn't really a Sith, but she was the hand of the Emperor.
Yeah, apparently that's when she had that one. It was a gift from Palpatine.
Yeah. I think Jaina's on the cover of one. And then again, to be fair, the cover of a book wouldn't necessarily match. Sometimes book covers don't match up to the contents.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
But
honestly.
I'm pretty sure Jaina has a purple lightsaber.
According to this, she lost the saber after the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, because technically she's around. Well, obviously she's around before the fall of the Empire. She wouldn't be able to be the hand of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Emperor does come back in Legends canon.
According to this, several years later, joined the New Jedi Order and constructed a purple lightsaber.
Yeah, when she and Luke end up getting married. I mean, she joined the Order before they were married, obviously. I guess. Hell, I'm not even sure the timeline of that, honestly. Because I've read the early books where she's still an adversary to Luke. It's after her time with the Emperor, but once she's with, is it Talon Card? I think it's Talon Card, and she's just doing smuggling with him. And then I've read the later books, like Legacy of the Force, where she and Luke are already a couple. I haven't read too much of the Mara in between those, for however much there is.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a fuck ton of Star Wars books, and I should read them.
I recommend. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little ambivalent towards it now because it's like, what does it mean anymore if I can't look at it as canon? But then I think, well, of course I can look at it as canon. It's all made up. I can choose to follow whichever one I want.
That's fact.
And there's at least some official veneer to it. It's not like just my friend wrote a fanfic. But then again, if my friend wrote a really good fanfic, I could choose to like that too.
That's honestly fact.
But yeah, ever since Last Jedi, I don't think I've read a Star Wars book since Last Jedi.
Damn.
I've bought a couple, but I've had trouble actually going back and reading them.
Like I said, I'm behind on my reading in general. I still haven't read that book from January. You got me some books for Christmas I haven't read yet.
I mean, there's plenty of, like, Heir of the Empire was the series that came out. That's like the first Star Wars book series. It's not technically the first, but it's kind of the first big one. It's Timothy Zahn, and it introduces Mara Jade, it introduces, what's his name? Admiral Thrall.
Interesting.
No, that's not right. The hell is his name?
I have no idea.
Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn. I haven't read the whole series. It's either duology or trilogy, and I've read the first book. But like I say read Legacy of the Force first. It should have been the sequel series. It's like 40 years after Star Wars. You'll miss a little bit, but it catches you up well.
Okay.
Like Han and Leia have 3 children. One of them's died at this point. Chewie's dead at that point. That's kind of the only downer to it.
Chewie.
But I mean, you could have retconned that for the movies if you wanted to. You didn't have to kill him. Yeah, he died saving Han and Leia's son Anakin, and then later on Anakin sacrifices himself. But that's during the Yuzan Vong War, when like these plant-like aliens come and invade and take everybody over. I've never read that series. I never really wanted to, based on what I've read since.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it catches you up fine. I mean, I'd read a few books before I read this series, and I never felt lost whatsoever.
They're going to very much break those promises.
I thought you were about to say they were very much going to bang right now.
No, I was going to say, you want to hear something kind of really
Doesn't
sad.
look that green once you get there.
That's fact.
Look at all those planets you can see on
I
the
know,
horizon.
it's
I don't know if they're
neat.
moons or what.
I don't know.
Probably
either.
moons. You probably couldn't have planets that close together.
Probably not, but I don't know. But something kind of sad about me being behind on my reading. I recently was going through my books.
I never noticed. That's like a rib cage.
It's the flying thing again, yeah.
That's cool.
But
I don't know if it's designed to look like it, if they really use like ribs of a giant creature.
That's very possible.
Could be like an ancient turtle or something.
That'd be amazing. But I was going through my books, and there's a book that I bought like 9 or 10 years ago that I still have not read, but it's one that I'm genuinely interested in and have picked up to read several times. I even have one of the sequels to the book, yet it's 10 years later, still have not read it.
Wouldn't exactly call that sad.
To some degree, it's sad. Considering all the books I have read in the last 10 years, it's like, why the fuck haven't I read that one by now? I'm currently reading, like, I'm reading 2 books right now. And I'm, like, not actively reading either one. And I have, like, 5 more on my to-be-read list. And I'm wanting to buy, like, 10 more because I want to reread a series that I don't currently have. Some interesting little guys. They had big eyes.
There's a bit more Jar Jar in the script than there actually is in the movie.
Interesting. Oh my gosh. Have y'all seen that one?
Look at that copper droid.
Yeah, I kind of saw it. Have y'all seen that one video creator? I see her on Facebook / TikTok or whatever. That's obsessed with Jar Jar.
No.
Dude, have you?
I have not.
But I try to stay off social media as much as possible.
She has like a giant, either life-size or bigger Jar Jar. And one of the videos of hers I saw recently...
There's the flying things up close, Alex.
I see. Like little dragons. I love it. I mean, technically that one is not a dragon. It's not flying.
In the script, there's a bit more to Obi-Wan getting his steed there. He actually, like, checks him out for a minute, and somebody recommends this, and he's like, okay, they kind of bond for a second.
Nice.
Instead of just all of a sudden Obi-Wan popping out on him. Again,
Nice.
Nothing necessary by any means.
Yeah. But she, for some reason, has an entire, like, case of Jar Jar tongue lollipops.
I wish you hadn't said that.
But obviously, the lollipops, the old, should not be eaten, so she made her own. And she made several comments about
Jar
Jar's tongue. Yes.
What? Those are a thing?
At some point in time, I guess.
Who decided that?
I don't know. I mean, that girl seemed thrilled about
Can
it.
someone make out with Jar Jar?
The lizard that Obi-Wan is riding,
Yeah.
there's more than a passing resemblance to these 3D printed dragons you and Johnny have.
Yeah.
Look at the scales on the back and the
I
way
love
they
it.
move with the legs. This very much looks inspired by that creature.
That's
Or they were both inspired by the same source material.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know, why. But yeah, at some point in time, they made it does look terrifying. I like the Jar Jar, but not that much.
So you're the one. Or the
What?
other one. Apparently there's 2 of
Look
you.
at that.
I like him, but not that much. I don't want to suck on his tongue.
No, that's Qui-Gon.
Wait, what? I'm confused now.
I thought Qui-Gon was your crush in Star Wars.
Obi-Wan!
Oh, Obi-Wan is?
Yeah, I like Obi-Wan.
Well, I remember...
I ship Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Why would you ship your crush for somebody else?
I don't know. Because he belongs to Qui-Gon. I like him, but he belongs with Qui-Gon.
Even Grievous, for as cool of a character as he is, I mean, Obi-Wan pretty much handles him.
Yeah.
He takes him out pretty quickly, and then it just becomes a chase. Like, it's like, look at this badass, he's got 4 lightsabers, and within 30 seconds, he's down to 2.
Yep. Attack Kenobi.
He's telling Kenobi to attack.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
know.
telling somebody to attack Kenobi.
I know.
Context. One thing I don't like about subtitles.
I figured he was
Or
telling
captions. I mean, subtitles
Obi-Wan
sometimes...
to attack, though.
Obviously, sometimes subtitles are necessary if it's in a foreign language.
That's fact.
But that's why I hate having captions on, because I find myself reading instead of listening to the show. And then sometimes you lose things because the delivery matters.
I almost always have captions on because I realize that I have a hard time processing what's being said, even if I can hear it. At least in several shows.
See, I don't want to read a show, and then, like I say,
if I don't read it, I don't know what's being said.
I'm really bad at hearing words like that.
I'll read it before the character says it, or I'll read it in a different... It just changes.
I've had that happen a few times.
Like, so often, I'll hear a song and be like, wow, I have no clue what the fuck they're saying here.
That's true.
And then I read the lyrics and it's like, oh, that makes sense.
I mean, it depends on the song, honestly.
And it's like, wow, these sure are noises.
I'm talking about a television show where generally you can understand what the people are saying.
I've realized
Even
that
a lot of the
don't.
documentary style series that your mother and I watch, they'll put captions up for people who have like a heavy accent. Sometimes even like if it's like a southern accent, or it could be, you know, a British accent, or, you know, they're speaking English, but they're speaking it with an accent. And they'll put subtitles, and I'm like, I don't need those subtitles. I can understand them perfectly fine. It's very rare that I can't understand what the person's saying, as long as it's loud enough.
I'm glad you can process things that well.
And I'm not fond of reading my shows. I like reading, and I like watching shows, but they're two separate activities to me.
I pretty much always have captions turned on, unless we're watching something together, because obviously, as you said, you don't care for them.
Grievous's vehicle there very much reminds me of there's a G.I. Joe vehicle that's basically just a saw that the character sits in the middle of.
Interesting.
It's very much just that if you took the legs off of it. It's also featured in the really great G.I. Joe NES game. I think we still have it. I think it's still down.
G.I. Joe NES game?
Yeah, there's 2 of them, and they're both good.
Very interesting.
Wheel versus lizard.
This area is described as a sinkhole in the script that they've built these little enclaves into.
I like it.
And there went Obi-Wan's blade.
I like all the buildings and everything.
Spoilers once Obi-Wan gets attacked by the clones. See what I did there? There's it's a much longer sequence in the script that he's kind of hiding out from them.
Interesting.
Trying to get away. In the movie, it happens pretty quickly.
Yeah. They cut down.
Yeah, like, again, nothing that was cut out really changes anything.
Mm-hmm.
I the biggest Qui-Gon was actually supposed to be in the movie. As a Force ghost, of course. There's like a whole scene with him and Yoda talking.
Damn. Is he checking on Obi-Wan at all?
That got cut out. Well, I mean, that's set up for, you know, Obi-Wan to commune with him later.
Mm-hmm. How long would this movie?
It was Qui-Gon saying he's going to teach Yoda to learn how to live forever through the Force and become a Force ghost.
Interesting. How long would this movie have been if they didn't cut things out?
That's a good question. What are we up to right now in the movie, just for the record?
I have no idea.
We're an hour and 2 minutes in, right?
Yes.
And on the page right now, this should have been... Anakin... Where are we? We're not that far yet. Yeah, we're about 100 pages in. So it's about what it should be, except they did cut stuff out. I don't know. That's a good question. It's always tougher when you have a movie that has a lot of action sequences, because obviously you can describe an action sequence in a couple of lines, but it's going to take minutes to play out on screen. So, you know, dialogue-heavy movies tend to run closer to their... The rule of thumb is a minute per page for a movie script. And movies that are mostly dialogue tend to run closer to that, and movies that are action-based tend to run heavy.
Yeah.
The actual script was 171 pages, which if you do a minute per page, that's, 2 hours and 51 minutes?
Something like
Which is
that.
only about 25 minutes 27 minutes longer than the movie is.
Well, I'm hearing is they
Maybe
didn't
30 minutes.
have to cut things out.
I'm thinking it probably would have been about 3 hours, though, if you kept everything. If you kept every scene and kept all these action sequences the same length they are, we're probably looking at 3 hours.
If they did it today, they would have made it 3 hours.
Maybe. People's attention spans are a lot shorter nowadays.
Yeah, but I feel like movies are... Depending on the exact movie, of course, but I feel like a lot of movies are willing to go slightly longer nowadays. And we're still not getting a 6 hours.
This was already 2 hours and 20 minutes, and even that's pretty long.
Every movie should be 15 hours.
Every book adaptation of a movie should be at least 15 hours.
Every book adaptation should be a show.
You know, I
You
tend
can
to
do a lot
like
more
longer
than a show.
movies more, and even I think Attack of the Clones should only be an hour and a half.
Look, I'll take a longer movie if it means a better book adaptation.
But
that's not the case with Star Wars.
they didn't adapt anything.
Exactly.
To Star Wars, so.
They got to do whatever they wanted / needed to.
They adapted the movies into books.
Yes. And then later they completely ignored the books to make more movies.
I've never bothered reading the novelizations of the movies. I just wonder... I'm sure there would be some more detail in them. But obviously they're not changing the story.
Yeah.
And so I feel like... I do like reading books where I already know the story. There's plenty of books that I've read and I'll go back to read. But I do just wonder how much enjoyment I would get out of basically reading a movie that I've seen a dozen times, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But there's still plenty of Star Wars books that tell new stories that I haven't read before I need to worry about going back and reading those. Look, even here, Anakin could have taken him out. Probably. I mean, if he tried to strike him, Palpatine might have fought back.
According to this, the novelization of A New Hope is slightly different due to being based on an earlier, draft version of the script.
What'd you say, Dylan?
Could Palpatine fight back at that range?
I mean, he's a Sith Lord. You see how powerful he is when he takes out 3 Jedi later.
Yeah,
he's meant to be one of the most powerful Siths
that
ever.
blade was, not very powerful.
I know, but he is a Jedi. And he would have sensed Anakin's movement. Anakin couldn't touch him with the blade from there. He would have had to have moved it forward slightly, so... I would assume he could have defended himself.
Guys, the opening line of the novelization is not a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
That's bullshit.
Alright.
It's another galaxy, another time.
What the fuck?
I mean, basically the same thing, though.
It worded incorrectly, though.
Just worded differently.
And then at this point, incorrectly. And it doesn't even have the same vibes.
It's another way to say the same thing.
Yeah, but
if that had been the opening to Star Wars that you've been hearing for 40 years...
Yeah, maybe.
It wouldn't feel different.
It got changed for the movie, for the final version of the movie, so... It feels wrong.
Well, for all I know, that's how it always was in the movie. I mean...
Well,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away was just George Lucas's version of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, I think would have felt the same to you after having seen it multiple times.
Yeah. I'm saying, because the movie ultimately, or the final script or whatever, used a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, that at this point, any other wording is just wrong.
Yeah, it feels the same to me, I'm sorry. I know I'm a Star Wars purist by and large.
Wrong vibes.
It doesn't feel that different to me.
Just ripping open the plates.
To expose his organs.
Oof. Just a kick to the face.
There's a lot of kicks in Star Wars fights, have you noticed?
I mean, it makes sense.
Anytime people are fighting one-on-one, there's going to be a kick, probably.
According to this, the novel describes...
Doesn't he know Obi-Wan is doing bat strains hanging from a ledge or hanging from something?
Yeah.
Luke's land speeder has an enclosed cockpit, and his lightsaber has a jeweled hilt.
Okay, that might be interesting to read.
Never fight.
It's just little details, it seems, got a bit changed.
You know, that's another thing I've read recently, is that's the idea behind the end of the movie when Obi-Wan's like, don't try it, Anakin. Is this because Anakin knows Obi-Wan's fighting style in his history, and he knows how he beat Darth Maul, and he knows that Anakin's going to try to beat him the way he beat Darth Maul, but of course he's going to be ready for it. That it's more than just the idea that I have the high ground, and that's, generally better to have the high ground in like a large military battle. Even though one-on-one, we'll get into when we see the scene, there's obvious differences, and people have always sort of mocked that, but that it's not as simple as just basic military strategy. It's that because of his own history, and Anakin knows his history, he knows what Anakin's going to try to do, and he's going to be ready for it because he's the one that did it originally.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool, honestly. It helps that scene out if you think about it that way. But then again, there's other problems with the scene still.
No, there's zero problems with the ending in this movie.
Look, this is my favorite of the prequels, and I like it a lot, but there's a lot of problems with it. I mean, for one thing, it feels like Lucas tried to do so much in the first two, then he had to cram a whole lot into this one. It feels rushed.
It has the best level of any Lego game.
It should have, I do like it.
And I really like that final level of episode 3.
Oh god, can we not talk about the Skywalker Saga version of it, though, where you're just R2 watching it?
Yeah, you just freaking switch between R2 and C-3PO so many times.
It's so horrible.
Meanwhile, in the original, it's like an epic freaking... You're getting through a level together, but also you're fighting at the same time, and it's great. It ends with a duel between player 1 and player 2. I imagine that would be so much worse than single player.
The Skywalker one, or
the original
one?
It's like, I feel like the co-op aspect is
Have none of us ever played it by ourselves?
We don't play Lego games by ourselves.
Doesn't mean we never play a level by ourselves.
Lego games are solely together experience to me.
I wish they made a Lego game that was like 4 players. I think that would be really fun.
Lego games just feel lonely by yourself. Maybe it's because I grew up playing all of them with you, but like they feel like a solely multiplayer experience to me.
Yeah, and I haven't played them much solo, but I'm surprised that none of us that we've just never bothered playing through it by ourselves for any reason.
I don't like playing them solo.
I don't like playing games by myself, period, for the most part, except maybe something like Stardew or Tetris.
A lot of games I play are solely single player games.
Even that, I like to have somebody watching me. That's why I stream.
Reasonable.
I like when people watch. I'm an exhibitionist.
Oh gosh.
I like to stream video games for my girlfriend, and she streams video games for me.
To be fair, I've only had sex with somebody watching one time.
Try not to mention my girlfriend challenge. Impossible.
Technically twice. I mean, if both people are actively...
Anyway, back to the movie.
Is one really watching?
Something's happening. I was researching stores, and now I'm suddenly in a...
But definitely once, for sure.
I've
definitely had an audience once.
Looking at it.
And one time, like, all the dogs wanted to watch. Like, we were in the back of the room, and all of a sudden the dogs just come around the couch looking like, what?
The fuck?
Well, you remember my parents' house. We had the daybed in the back, and then we had the couch in the middle of the room where the TV was, and we were on the daybed, and all of a sudden the dogs just start poking around the side of the couch looking like, what's going on?
What was that one alien creature? That one.
He's given a name, but their species is not described.
Oh, time for these guys to get absolutely freaking wrecked.
I know, right? Now, apparently they're in the novelization or in the comic adaptation or whatever, Palpatine's supposed to be moving much faster than he does on screen. He's supposed to really just be a blur.
Interesting.
It's not described quite that way in the script, but apparently there is some writing about it. Because, yeah, it always just made the Jedi look really bad here.
Mm-hmm.
There's one little flip, and then just one down, just like that. And then another one down, just like that.
Damn.
But it's supposed to be a much faster scene, and I guess obviously they just wanted it to be visual.
I swear, he had like 5 openings that one of them could have him.
But also, how badass does this make Mace look if he can stand up to him where the other 3 couldn't?
That's true.
Mace is one of the best of all time.
Supposedly, there are actually canon Jedi fighting styles, and the one that Mace uses like draws on the dark side without succumbing to it, or it draws on your aggression and your anger without succumbing to the dark side, and that's why he was a good match for Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if any fighting styles actually come from it, but fighting styles are in Coda too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they come from, because it's not really something mentioned in the novels.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's like a master of his fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, remember a time in my life where there were 2 games I really wanted, and one of those games was Coda, however, it was not the game I got.
Coda is an amazing game.
I think that's the point that somebody else makes too. That's why Anakin and Obi-Wan match ups. It's not that either one's more powerful than the other, but just because they have different styles that happen to, work against each other.
Each other, whatever.
And because they know each other very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Obi-Wan might get his ass handed to him by Dooku, he can stand up to Anakin.
Yeah.
Which does make sense. I mean, if there's different styles of something, some are going to work better against others. And familiarity with an opponent is going to matter, too.
Anakin was, like, running in, but then he started walking to auto form.
Yep.
It's like, no, I need to look cool. I'll walk slowly.
Anakin just made so many mistakes.
Yeah. So they poke him. Just get him already.
I always like the way this scene kind of mirrors the scene in Empire when Luke and Vader are fighting on the Death Star and the glass blows out.
Yeah.
I always thought that was... I've never heard confirmation of that, but it always felt sort of intentional to me.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your take? Did Palpatine always have this really weathered and scarred and ugly visage and he just hid it? Or did this attack actually cause it?
I assume that attack actually caused it.
Because I've actually read multiple theories on it. That this was actually how Palpatine looked already and he just disguised it.
I just assume he got zapped, bro. Bro got zapped.
Yeah, that's how it seems to play. But it's not really clear in the script and it's not really clear in the movie either. You know, it is interesting. Anakin's like, he must stand trial, and then he kills Mace, or helps kill Mace Windu. And then he's like, okay, well, I guess you're free to go. I guess you don't need to stand trial now.
He's an excuse to keep him alive.
Yep.
It's like, no, he's gotta help me. He's had to go for that big old walking swing instead of the stab.
And just for the record, in the script, it says Mace Windu falls to his death. It's not ambiguous at all. There's no,
Damn.
oh, Mace survived.
Nah, he's totally alive, trust me, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
It literally says he falls to his death, not just he falls.
Look, he
Or he falls to an unknown fate. He falls and dies.
only got, like, his hand cut off, and then he got zapped and thrown off a freaking
he just
massive
was
skyscraper
launched.
building thing. He's fine. Could totally survive that.
He's like, what have I done? Like, you can't come back from that. Like, okay, you made one mistake. I get it, but...
Quick, just push Palpatine.
Yeah, you could still make things okay here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't have to just all of a sudden become a child murderer.
Damn, I fucked up. Bro, better go all in.
Yep. All or nothing.
No backing out now.
And of course, the real tragedy of Anakin is that the power Palpatine claimed to have, it doesn't work on other people. Darth Plagueis' ability to avoid death only works on yourself. So he never actually even did learn the secrets that Palpatine promised him.
No.
Palpatine is a joke.
It's a hot take there, bro. Better be careful, you might get canceled for that. Palpatine's a jerk. Hey now. The darkest lord in the history of the Sith. He's such a jerk.
Understatement of the century.
That old meanie.
See? What? What? And Jaja inside Pops are talking about.
Yeah? They look pretty creepy, don't they?
Did they scar you for life?
Simple head nod. Yeah, that was definitely some interesting merchandising. I feel like... Could they have done worse in terms of merchandising?
I mean, at least they weren't Jar Jar's
Probably.
dick lollipops.
Oh gosh. They had to keep it somewhat clean. That it is a fair question though. Who the hell thought, of all the kinds of merchandise we could make, all the kinds of lollipops we could make, Jar Jar's tongue.
Not a lightsaber lollipop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine like a push pop that's a lightsaber.
I feel like that
Awesome.
exists.
It should, if it doesn't. It would have been better than Jar Jar's freaking tongue.
I understand Anakin wanted to save Padme, and maybe his children. Like, I'm not sure how his visions of it, just Padme dying in the visions, or the kids too. I get that. But to be so easily swayed and just turn against everybody who's been his friend to this point. Turn against Padme, essentially. Turn against Obi-Wan. Go slaughter children. Like, he takes a big leap at this point.
He does.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's like, no, don't kill him. He needs to stand trial. Oh, you're dead now? Oh, well, I guess I can just become the second most evil person in the galaxy.
Yeah.
I tried to look up lightsaber first pops. I only found some custom stuff. That was a whole 2-second Google search stuff, so.
And I still call bullshit on the fall of the Jedi here to the point that these Jedi get taken out awfully easily.
Yeah.
I know they're not expecting it, but they look really weak.
A lot of the Jedi look weak in the prequels sometimes.
Dude, didn't we research the toy lightsabers they made for these movies? And learn that they were somewhat lazy with that?
Yeah, every hilt just came with every color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool, too, though.
It's cool.
You shouldn't just want... You should,
Which means they happen to have
their
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon swapped in color.
Yeah. I'm just adding it to the list of reasons I think belong together.
Yeah, imagine if Qui-Gon actually survived.
I know, right?
Well, he did as a Force Ghost.
Well, yeah, but like, imagine if he survived.
He's supposedly one of the first in a long time to uncover the secrets of becoming a Force Ghost. Apparently,
Qui-Gon's like the best Jedi of his time.
Interesting.
Qui-Gon's
I have to admit,
the Jedi.
Imagine like a Qui-Gon Dooku showdown at some point. That would have been pretty badass. There you go again. You could add Qui-Gon on the list of cool characters who just go away after one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of them, and then they're gone.
He was the best Jedi.
How many Force Ghosts are there after Qui-Gon? In like the
A lot.
little bit of storyline canon that we've seen.
We've seen Anakin, we've seen Obi-Wan, we've seen Yoda.
He just
If you're going to count the sequel movies, we saw Luke and Leia. In the books, we see Jason after his death. He's not really very remorseful or very much of a good guy, but somebody is able to talk to him at some point. I don't think we ever see Mara as a Force Ghost after she dies.
Just gave Obi-Wan back his lightsaber and now getting told to kill him.
Yeah.
I think there's a line about that in the novelization I've heard.
Interesting.
So like Cody thinks to himself, "Can't I give him the order before I give him back his lightsaber?"
Yeah.
Yeep.
Yipping.
I don't think we really learned the fate of the lizard.
Damn.
Oh.
I hope it's
Don't really see him again in the script. I don't think it says that they die or don't.
Obi-Wan should have kept a pet, and then he should have been seen in episode 4.
More Jedi. It's like, okay, he's going to charge. His troops are going to stop. He's going to turn around. He deflects the bolt or two, and then he's taken out. I've seen Jedi do a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I know the clone troopers are supposed to be fairly elite, but seriously, like, he goes down pretty easily. He gets overwhelmed really quickly.
Yeah, the Jedi's are sucked during this time, apparently.
There's some really interesting plants.
Seems like it.
Some like giant
I know.
flowers.
I wonder if they
or
went back to
something.
this world in the Clone Wars series or something, because it is visually very interesting.
I agree.
Got a Twilight Jedi here.
Like, the Jedi sucked for other reasons during this time, but apparently they're also just bad.
And like, she didn't sense anything.
She
and just
didn't
gets
fly,
thrown down.
Just arms up falls.
And here's the thing: Yoda doesn't get punked out like that.
Yeah, only like a couple are they good.
If you're gonna do the Fall of the Jedi, you should have made it more overwhelming. You know, there should have been more to it to really make it stick.
Yeah.
I mean, Plo Koon gets taken out in his ship. I mean,
No Jedi you care about die during this.
hey man, some people like Plo Koon.
No Jedi anyone cares about.
But to be fair, I mean, we've already established that Yoda survived. We've already established that Obi-Wan survived.
They should.
You couldn't kill one of them off.
They should have had one character in the prequels that was like a really cool, important Jedi. That
Right, but like I said, unfortunately, when it comes to when it comes to the original series, you've seen 2 Jedi survive.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really. as far as established characters, there weren't many options.
Yeah.
You'd have to take the time to establish them, and like I say, they don't take time to really. They take the time to bring in a character, and then you get rid of them really quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you leave them too long, people are going to ask too many questions.
See, like, old Yoda here, he knows what's going on. He doesn't let anything happen. And to be fair, he's only facing down 2 troops at the time, but
He's
still.
Yoda.
No hesitation even. They're like, oh, yep, do turn on me.
There's Chewie right there. And that's Tarful, the other Wookiee. Chewie's like, come on, buddy. See? And he's going to go around with Han saying how the Force is bullshit and the Jedi are just a myth. Like, bro, I knew one. He was my buddy. The little green dude.
I give him piggyback ride.
Yeah. Let him climb up my freaking arm.
And like, I'm sorry. I understand the desire to save your wife, but how do you make this leap where you're slaughtering children?
Don't.
Luke gonna say they're still good in this guy?
And then even Padme's like, I think he's still okay. We can run away together, Anakin. Like, bitch, he just slaughtered a dozen children. Are you insane?
Yes, she is.
At this point, you should realize, yeah, I fell in love with a monster. I need to get the fuck out of this situation. But Padme annoys me, too, because a lot of it's cut out as far as her working with the other senators trying to figure out how to save the Republic. But you get to see a little bit of it where she's like, this is how democracy dies to the sound of thunderous applause. And, you know, she knows the situation. She knows there's a Republic that needs to be fought for in a grave situation that needs leaders. And yet she's just like, nah, I'm just not going to stick around for it. She's got children that are going to need somebody. She's like, nah, I'm just going to go. I hate the fact that she just, quote, dies of a broken heart, you know? She basically just chooses to leave everybody. It's really selfish, and she's a really great character until that point.
Stupid.
Like, I don't want to sound bad, but I wanted Anakin to kill her. Maybe not intentionally, but it would have set the character up. It would have made sense for the character. I wanted him to do something to cause her death, not for her just to die of a broken heart. And I guess you could argue that he did cause it because of his actions, but...
That guy did more work than, like, most of the Jedi Masters we've seen.
Yeah, that's Bail Organa. That's Leia's adoptive dad.
No, the Jedi, that was...
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's George Lucas's son, I believe.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, did more work than most of the people you saw.
Yeah.
Took out, like, 5 of them.
If it's not his son, it's his nephew, but I think it's his son. It's definitely one of Lucas's relatives.
How did that one guy get Grogu out of here for all the Jedi Masters? Just falling from, like, freaking 5 freaking troopers.
Well, he came a little later, too, remember? He wasn't there. He came in and saved him. So at that point, Grogu might have been hidden away enough, and they weren't... You know, they had let their guard down a little bit because they thought they pretty much wiped everybody out. There's a scene that's cut out where they're, like, hiding in the swamp, and they, like, ambush some of the clone troopers, and Yoda's, like, dressed up as a funky little creature.
I love it.
One day we're gonna meet somebody who doesn't believe in them, and I'm gonna tell them about them. It's not gonna work, bro. I don't think it will.
Flying egg.
Flying egg?
It was egg-shaped.
We must get to my flying egg.
She's not wrong. There's a scene... I think it's in this movie where there's one of these big spaceport scenes and the Millennium Falcon's in it.
Interesting.
I think it's canonically the Millennium Falcon, but it might just be that sort of Corellian.
How many Jedi do we canonically know that made it out of here alive?
Obi-Wan and Yoda. Anakin, technically, but...
Yeah. I'm not counting Anakin. Ahsoka.
The guy who saved Grogu and Grogu.
Yeah.
What's his name? Kanan.
Who?
The blind Jedi from Rebels.
Oh, yeah. The guy from Jedi Fallen Order.
And there might be more with some of the new books and whatnot that I'm just not familiar with.
That's at least 7.
I wasn't counting. I'm sorry, I was just naming them.
I was barely counting.
It was something like that.
And I mean, it makes sense. There had to be some Jedi that were out of reach or that managed to escape. Even just because we didn't see them in the original movies, that's not one of those things where, that makes no sense. We would have seen them. I mean, it's a big galaxy.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're dealing on a much larger scale than the world in which we live.
gosh.
There was an attack on the Jedi Temple. Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I killed him. I killed the kids.
All of them.
Oh, I already took care of it. I killed them all. She's still holding on to the bitter end, and I just...
Quick, did I push him?
I'm sure he would sense that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, what is he gonna do anything about it?
I mean, I don't think he'd let her kill him. I think he'd stop her.
Probably.
I mean, clearly...
You think he'd ever expect an attack from her?
He's still a Jedi. He'd still sense somebody moving on him. You don't have to be looking for something to see it. Yeah, you should be afraid of Anakin.
How old is she at this point?
She's what, 14 in the first movie, and this is probably about 10 years later. She's about your age, probably.
Oh, damn.
That's off the top of my head. I mean, I could tell you exactly. I do have reference books back here. But, yeah. She might be a little older than that, because I feel like Anakin's probably a little older than that at this point.
Yeah, how old is Anakin?
Hold on, let's see. I need a little bit more light. If y'all will pardon me for a second. This is just the Legends timeline here. That should be close enough, though, because if you figure, Episode 1 is 32 years before A New Hope, and then Episode 3 is 9. So there's 13. So she'd be about 27, and Anakin would be early 20s, 22, 23.
Damn.
Is he 9 in the first one? He's like 9 to 11, somewhere in that range.
He's like 9.
So he's about 22 and she's like 27.
Early 20s and decided to slaughter children.
2. Should she know better?
I mean, look, I know love can blind you, but at some point you gotta realize, I mean, he's literally turned against you too.
Take off the rose-colored glasses. I mean, notice the red flags.
You see the ideologies that you have and what you're fighting for and how they're opposed. He's turning against you too.
Yoda.
Yeah, it's somewhere up in here that Yoda would be talking to Qui-Gon.
Nice.
No, it's after he faces Palpatine. So it's a little after this. I forgot this is before that.
It both feels like there's a lot left in this and like nothing left in this.
Oh, there's still a lot left. I mean, yeah, you're right, because it's like just the, pretty much just the climax and the denouement left. But yeah, I mean, that takes a lot. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we'll get into the end. It's like, oh damn.
But that's the other thing too, is it feels like, man, they did a lot of this quick too, because like I say, we knew the story that needed to be told, and it just feels like they focused on so much other stuff in the first 2 movies that they had to rush through this and cram so much in. Like, they were talking at one time of really exploring like a love triangle between Padme and Obi-Wan and Anakin, and there's like tiny little hints, more of like Anakin worrying about it than anything else.
I don't think that will add anything.
Well, I mean, to the way the movies were, no, but depending on what you showed,
love triangles in general are kind of iffy.
It depends.
I think it would have added more to Anakin's turn. Because the idea of worrying that maybe he was going to lose Padme for other reasons, and it would have made it easier for him to turn, because he and Obi-Wan are supposed to be like these best friends, and now he's like, nah, I'm done. Without any real evidence of Obi-Wan turning on him, he's so willing to turn on everybody else.
Yeah.
Remember little Leia and the Obi-Wan series?
Yeah.
That was cute.
Who's that guy?
Which one?
On screen.
Bail Organa?
No, the guy on the screen in the ship.
Oh, he's like Palpatine's aide.
Ah.
Like his assistant, his secretary, whatever you want to call him.
Alrighty.
I forget what his name is, but yeah.
Alrighty.
That's the purpose he serves.
Alrighty.
You said that already.
Alright.
Damn.
Ow! Why is it doing a movie? Why don't I pause the movie or something?
That would have been bad.
I mean, the only thing I had in my hand was a big heavy book,
That's
so
Ow!
it felt better.
Oh, take this
I
back.
feel bad about it now. I apologize.
Oh,
To be fair, though, you kind of deserved it.
Hit me right in the chest.
I'm sorry.
That's a cool cloak.
R2's disappointed when Anakin's like, stay with the
Damn,
ship.
he may be evil, but he looks cool.
See.
Anakin is not one of those
R2-D2, push him.
fictional villains that I would try to justify.
No, there's no justification for what Anakin did.
No.
They're all backwards.
Look, there's...
And he constantly has the chance to make up for it and is constantly just going further.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there are plenty of books, shows, etc., but you have a morally grey character that you're compelled to justify some of
He
their
is not
choices
morally
slash
grey.
actions. Anakin, no, not at all. This is like, yeah, no, he sucks,
No,
end of
he's hot,
story.
he's hot-headed and easily manipulated.
He doesn't look good enough to justify.
Look at Yoda. Look at him throw the lightsaber.
I
He's
know.
such a
Yoda,
badass.
yeah, Yoda's great.
Star Wars does not deal with morally grey a lot.
That's that.
It's either you're good or you're bad. Not a lot of morally grey.
You know, I kind of appreciate
villains.
that some. I do like morally great characters, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice just to have. They're just
doesn't
evil.
do a
You know
lot
who
of
the
that.
evil one
Yeah.
is. There's no ambiguity here.
There's a light side and a dark
That's fun
side.
when you only got a couple hours to sit
Yeah.
down and process something. Sometimes it's nice just to have that.
Yeah.
Senate chamber's pretty cool. If in Phantom Menace, in one of the Senate pods, there's ETs.
Interesting.
Neat.
So canonically, Star Wars and ET takes place in the same reality.
Neat.
Never seen E.T.
I mean, ET the movie, of course, takes place canonically a long time after this because it's a long time before our current time. And
So
ET
I'm hearing that Jay could have Reese's Pieces, Scott.
What I'm hearing is an ET could be a Jedi.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Damn, they're all dead.
There's a Wookiee Jedi in the Legends.
Neat.
He's younger. He's like the same generation as Han and Leia and Luke's kids.
And
I can't
He
remember
has a
his
tongue
name.
through everything.
Oh gosh, I don't think so because Ewoks aren't like developed mentally enough to be Jedi. they're not considered.
Oh, my cute little teddy bear's being called too stupid to be Jedi?
Traps and they're too stupid to be Jedi.
Well, they're just not as developed as most creatures who are really force sensitive, as I recall.
Like-
So wait, did that mean
babies.
that can they use the Force or can they not be Jedi?
I just have one thing to point out. They are at
Wait,
least
isn't
more
that Ewok
developed
Jedi?
than a pug
Maybe.
is.
I think that is an Ewok Jedi.
I thought I remember
that's-
reading something about the Jedi, and I mean about the Ewoks, and that's why there were no Ewok Jedi because they weren't a developed enough species to be able to use the Force like
I think
that.
my girlfriend mentioned it to me one time. Yeah, there's an Ewok
Remember-
Jedi.
But then again, I don't. Hey, that Ewok Jedi could be after what I read too. What I
That's
read could
true.
be from years ago, and
It's in Legends.
the Ewok
Which
Jedi could be
Legends,
more recent.
though?
And there could always be an outlier too.
Remember the pugs playing with the lightsaber?
Unidentified Ewok Jedi. That's all we got.
And there's always an oddball here,
Somewhat.
or an outlier here or there.
That's true. Again, remember the pugs playing with the lightsaber?
Here we go.
Geonosis and the Outer Rim Wolves.
So this is how Liberty dies, with thunderous applause. Prescient at the time, even more so now, even more so appropriate. And it's just a great line, period.
This is the only Ewok Jedi. Unidentified Ewok Jedi from Geonosis and the Outer Rim Wolves or whatever.
Yeah.
But still an Ewok Jedi.
One Ewok Jedi.
One singular.
Suppose the
One
rest of the
Ewok
species is
Singular
too fit
Ewok
to be Jedi.
using a lightsaber. That was it. That was the whole song I had.
It's nice. Pugs will stab each other with a lightsaber by accident.
Nice.
Remember Chewie eating the pugs?
Yeah, I hated all these people fawning over the porgs after those same people spent so many years decrying the Ewoks.
I personally was not one of those people. I love them
You
both.
may be right. Maybe it was a generational thing, and I never had a problem with the Ewoks, but some people from my generation were like, oh, the Ewoks, they ruined Star Wars, these cute little Muppets.
I am personally here for the cute little guys.
And then I heard so many people fawning over the porgs, like, uh-huh.
Have you seen them?
I love Ewoks. Ewoks are better than Pugs.
Yeah, I mean, they're different.
I only speak facts over here.
The Ewoks certainly did a lot. The Ewoks did a lot more than the porgs.
I was trying to say that he wanted to be backhanded, and he was already blocking. He's like, I know I'm gonna get hit.
Look, I saw the head turn. I was not expecting it.
Pugs are freaking. Look at this little guy. Look at his scream.
Damn. Anyway.
Fucking adorable. Weren't they added in because of like all the puffins?
Look at this little guy.
Maybe.
Look at this little guy.
I know.
I don't know.
I'd cuddle them both.
I don't know as much about the sequels as I do the original 6 movies.
Here's a picture of one holding that Starbucks thing for some reason.
Can you find me one holding a pug?
I know the
Probably.
Ewoks figures were always really cool. Jedi had such great action figures. And all of them weren't from Jedi. Like, they went back and did, like, Luke and Han in the Stormtrooper outfits. But Jedi had the best action figures.
Nice. Imagine squeezing it.
Might get bird flu.
I don't know that bugs carry bird flu.
I mean, if they're birds...
But are they birds?
There's bird flu on that planet.
Also, yeah, this is a
Well, if I'm
galaxy
squeezing one, they
so
must be on
far
my planet,
away.
so I wasn't planning
No, maybe
to
you
try-
went
Unless
to
I
its planet.
traveled.
Maybe you went to its planet.
I'm not planning to go to any other planets anytime soon.
Shit, I'd go to a planet with pugs. Look at that! Look at its face. Look at its little academics in its eyes. No thought in that head, just screaming. I love pugs. I love pugs so much.
I mean, this movie works really well as a tragedy, though. I was more into just the whole Star Wars lore and seeing how it played out and the cool lightsaber fight and everything, but it is a really well done tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, watching it again 20 years later, it just works on different levels than the first time I saw it. I mean, to be fair, I've seen it between those two as well, but...
Okay, brief research. Where they filmed, the island is a wildlife preserve, which, yes, had several puffins, but because it was wildlife preserve, they weren't allowed to do anything about the puffins, so they created the pugs to just make them fit.
That's hilarious.
Did they, like, CGI over all the puffins?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
But, I mean, look how cute puffins are.
I mean, they could have just had puffins on that planet, honestly.
Nope, no puffins allowed in Star Wars.
It's not like you couldn't have a realistic bird somewhere. There's a lot of planets in this galaxy, in this universe. I'm sure there are things that...
Nah.
There's canonically hot chocolate in Star Wars.
You know what there isn't? Bras in space. You think there's gonna be puffin?
Did you say bras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, because I saw her nipples earlier?
No, I did not hear that, like, story or whatever.
Uh-uh.
Have you not heard that?
Shit.
If I have, I don't recall it.
Like, one...
Do it quickly, because we're getting into the meat of this movie.
I don't want to get my info wrong.
Well, quickly
Then
correct
save it for the
yourself.
credits.
Or, like, no underwear, I forget.
No underwear at all?
Oh, there's underwear, because Luke jumps out of bed in his briefs to slaughter some people, to fight some invaders, in this book right here that I was just referencing. So there's underwear. At least in Legends canon, there's underwear. And pretty sure we've seen a character in their underwear before.
I have no idea.
Trying to think.
It wasn't Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I'm
Or
not
the
sure.
Mandalorian.
We barely see him without his helmet.
That's fact. To be fair, he's Mandalorian. You find your stuff yet, dude? I was gonna keep staring at
Obi-Wan's
bugs.
sneaking on board here. And he's gonna crouch down in this little supply nook.
Yeah, apparently it's something George Lucas said Carrie Fisher one time. There's no underwear in space.
Okay, well that was early on too.
I thought it had
hadn't established
something
a whole lot. It was
to do
probably
with
just-
like her preference in costumes or
just a
something like
comment.
that.
I think they had to tape her boobs down in her outfit in the first movie.
Yeah, camera blockers, no underwear in space. Direct quote from George Lucas.
Okay, but he's also said different things that contradicted himself throughout the years.
Yeah.
We'll
So there
stay with
wasn't-
no bras in space, though.
There wasn't underwear in space, but now there's underwear in space.
They invented some. No, still no bras, though.
I mean, how do you feel about the revelation that Luke's a briefs guy instead of a boxers guy?
Okay.
I mean, at least it's not boxer briefs. If they had written Luke in boxer briefs, I'd have had to stop liking him. That's how much I hate It's like, pick a lane. I hate boxer briefs so much.
Tell me that's one of my friend's favorites.
No, I take back my permission. I can't have my daughter's hand in marriage. You can't pick us. You can't. You're too indecisive.
Too bad.
Can't decide on your underwear. How can you make any other decision in life?
I can't make any decisions in life.
Are you
Oh, you gotta make it all about
your
you,
underwear?
don't you?
Huh?
Are you decisive about your underwear?
Yes.
Interesting.
I can watch the movie through your glasses. Keep looking at me.
I feel as though I can be decisive when I need to be decisive.
I'm rarely decisive. Very rarely. I think winning the lottery is more likely. My person is also indecisive.
Have fun.
We're great at making
Y'all are gonna have
decisions.
jaws.
Obi-Wan told her what he did, and she's still running into his arms.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, did you kill those kids? That's so hot.
No. Absolutely not.
He said you turned the dogs and killed kids. I mean, yeah, I did that. And he's not wrong.
Obi-Wan is just keeping her educated.
See, this is when you see those little hints of, not a real love triangle, but Anakin perceiving that maybe Obi-Wan and Padme had feelings for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, she's like, I just want your love, even if you are a murderer who's tried to destroy the Republic.
At this point?
I don't know. I literally don't know his canon. Wow, God, I'll get the book out.
So, I
Get
mean,
the best part of the movie.
he's decently older than Anakin.
He is older than Anakin. What's that got to do with anything? He couldn't be a fucking rival to him still?
Oh no, he could. I'm just sitting like,
He's not
wait a
like
second.
90 and looking
No,
around
I'm
in
just sitting like, wait a
wheelchair.
second. Anakin's like the baby here, so how the fuck old is Obi-Wan?
I don't know. Hold on.
A bit older than Padme.
Yeah, he's definitely older than Padme.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking he's probably 5 or so years older than her.
Yeah.
Kenobi, Obi-Wan,
She's, like, in the middle.
72. I know I have the internet, but it's cool that I have a big Star Wars reference book
I
right here, and I'd
agree.
like to actually make use of it.
I fully agree.
This does not have his age. There's more listings for him, though. A lot, actually. Keep commenting on the movie if I'm looking at the movie.
Yeah, Padme, Anakin. Anakin did some really
What
fucked
the
up
fuck
shit.
are you even saying? Yeah, Padme, Anakin. Yeah.
Anakin did some really fucked up shit.
Oh my god, Padme, Anakin. Anakin, you're breaking my heart, really. I'm gonna die from a
Okay, this
broken
reference
heart.
book sucks. I'm going to the internet. Let's go to Wikipedia.
I mean, to be
Wikipedia.
fair, it is technically possible to die of a broken heart.
Yeah, but it's fucking stupid.
That's the name of our first podcast on this is Do Lizard People Die of Broken Hearts? I don't know where the lizard people came in.
Who
Was
knows?
Obi-Wan like sitting up there with his hands on his hip? Was his earth forming up there?
Yeah, duh. What else would he be doing?
Obi-Wan Kenobi was born 57 BBY, so that's 57 years before the Battle of Yavin. And this movie is 19 years before that. So he's 38.
38, damn. Damn. How old is he in episode 1?
So he's 11 years older than her?
In episode 1, he is 25.
Damn, I thought he was younger.
Yeah, damn.
He looks younger.
Yeah, I was thinking he was like
He looks like
a bit
best,
younger
like,
than
early
25.
20s. He looks like at best early 20s, episode 1.
That means
Yeah,
he's
episode
only,
one, I was thinking he's, like,
57 in
19 or
episode
so.
1.
Yeah.
I'm sure Alec Guinness was probably older than that by now. He definitely looks older than that.
He's
Not
fully.
by now, by then. Well, that was always the big joke is, how did Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan go from this to what he looked like in episode 1 or episode 4 in just 19 years?
He went through a lot.
I mean, to be sure.
Yeah.
And living in the desert's probably rough on you.
Yeah.
Especially when I have to go on a second adventure and fight Vader again. And win again.
Love the showdown between these two.
Oh yeah, it's
Absolutely.
great. One of the best fights in all Star Wars, if not the best.
Isn't just saying that only a Sith deals in absolutes an absolute, though?
Yes.
I just found it funny that I was saying absolutely about liking this while he was talking about dealing in absolutes.
What would you say, like, the top 3 Star Wars fights are?
Well, this is number 1.
I was say this.
Wait,
has
are
to
we
be
just
the-
talking movies?
Yes.
Just the main 9 movies, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll throw out anything in the last 3.
Just the.
Well, if you want to talk
Original
shows, too,
middle,
I
please.
would, like, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, Rebels be on here. It's not a big fight.
I don't know,
but
'cause it's a
good fight.
great moment, but it's really quick. And, like,
Yeah.
Luke slaughtering the...
Sometimes quick fights are, like, the best fights.
And, like, Luke destroying the Death Troopers in Mandalorian is awesome, but that's not a
Yeah.
lightsaber fight. So when I'm thinking lightsaber fight, I'm thinking lightsaber versus lightsaber. And
Yeah.
to be honest, there's not a ton of those in the movies.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot to choose from. This is unquestionably number 1. And number 2, I think you either got to go Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan against Darth Maul or Luke versus Vader in Empire.
Yeah.
And then whichever one you don't put second, put that third.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Big ouch.
After that, I really don't know.
With more than movies, would there be any change to the top 3?
There wouldn't be a change to number 1.
Yeah.
No, honestly, because I don't think I've seen enough of the others to see that many lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
To tell you the honest truth, I've only seen a bit of the Clone Wars and Rebels,
The prequels have such great fights.
and a lot of what we see in the show. Okay, well, I know you don't like it, but the Anakin Darth Vader fight in Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight in Obi-Wan is really good. The second one, it's more than just lightsabers, but it's a really good fight.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and rewatch that because I've only watched it the one time. And the little bit we get here between Palpatine and Yoda with their lightsabers is pretty boss too.
Yeah.
But it's short as far as the actual lightsaber fighting.
A short fight isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, but you want something a little more epic, I think, if you're talking about the best of the best.
The shortest can be the best.
Honestly, are there even that many? Especially if you're going to throw out the sequels. Because you've got Vader and Obi-Wan in Episode 4. You've got Luke and Vader in Episode 5. Do you even get a lightsaber fight in Episode 6? Do Luke and Vader even cross swords at all at the end there?
So,
Maybe a little bit. But Luke pretty much is like, before long, he's like, I'm not going to fight.
Yeah.
They definitely cross swords because Luke summons his lightsaber and tries to hit Palpatine and Vader blocks it.
Yeah.
But it's short. Then Episode 1, you get, of course, the one I was just talking about, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan against Darth Maul. Episode 2, you get Obi-Wan and Anakin against Dooku, and then Yoda against Dooku. And then we get the 3 in this, the 2 we're watching right now, plus the one at the beginning.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's barely anything in the sequels. Technically, you get Finn and then Rey against Kylo at the end of Force Awakens, which
That's
is
not
like
a very good fight.
whatever. And then
mid-fight.
and then there's no lightsaber fight in The Last Jedi. And then was there really a lightsaber fight in Rise of Skywalker?
I honestly don't know.
I think don't Rey and Kylo fight like out on the ship, like
Yeah,
out
I think
on the
they
ocean?
fight a little bit.
That's like I think all you really get as far as lightsabers.
Yeah, they fight a little bit, yeah.
So, there's not a ton of lightsaber fights. So, if you're going to do a top 5, you're pretty limited, unless you're going to include the cartoons. And even then, I don't know how much there is, because I haven't seen enough of them.
I think Obi-Wan and Maul and Rebels deserve to spot in top 5 at least.
Maybe.
It's very short, but it's like... It has a lot.
Maybe just because, like I say, there's not that much from which to choose.
It has a lot to it.
Like I said, this is unquestionably the best, and even though it's brief, if you're going to take points off for brevity, then maybe you're not going to say... That part's just so stupid to me. Let's just twirl our lightsabers around for a minute.
Look, not every single second.
I want to give you a high five. No, I shouldn't high five you. We're enemies. Just hold my hand. Okay.
Look, it's not the best all the way through,
Oh,
but
no.
certainly the best overall.
Oh no, I'm just poking fun. I love this fight. It's fantastic. I love this fight until they get out on the lava and they're like on the little ships or the little robots and whatnot.
It's the best fight in the movies, and that's the best level in the games.
But other than that, it's fantastic. I'm just poking a little fun at that scene because I've watched it like a half a dozen times recently.
Honestly, this fight might be my favorite moment in all Star Wars.
Well, remember, I didn't just sit there and watch this all the way through. I had to rewind and go back and rewatch parts. So I've seen a lot of this a bunch.
It might be my favorite moment in all Star Wars.
Which?
The Obi-Wan and Anakin fight.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm not necessarily saying it's I'm saying I understand what you're saying.
It's so good.
What I don't understand is why Yoda gives up on this fight so easily. They're going to clash here in a minute and both get forced back. And Yoda does fall from a greater height, but then he's like, oh no, I've lost. It's like, summon your fucking lightsaber and jump back in the fight.
Yeah.
Maybe he realizes he can't win.
But based on what?
I don't know. He's like 900 years old.
It doesn't even really say it. It just says he falls in the script, and then he just says what he says, and he moves on.
He's 900 years old.
Palpatine ain't a spring chicken. And he's moving pretty well for a 900-year-old.
Well, no, I'm just saying he probably realizes when he can't win a fight.
It sure doesn't look like he's losing, though. It looks like at worst they're even. Yoda's going to deflect the lightning here. They're both going to get knocked. But the only difference is Yoda does take a harder fall.
Maybe Palpatine has more stamina.
But even here, Palpatine's already lost his lightsaber. See, Yoda takes a harder fall. Palpatine holds on. And Yoda can't, but he seems to be moving okay after the fall. It feels like just grab your lightsaber and get back into the fight. It's not made clear enough, either in the script or on the screen, as to how Yoda exactly lost this fight, other than he needed to lose to set up what came in the movies that were made before this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always bugged me that Yoda it seemed like he just kind of gives
He
up.
lost his cloak. He can't fight without his cloak.
Too nearly naked am I. Little wiener might pop out. Nipples might show. No bras in space. I don't know what voice that was.
Yoda has a bra? No.
Why would Yoda
If he
be
wants to. Say he's 900, maybe his little Yoda man tits are starting to sag.
Anyway, back to your father's again. The holding hands or whatever.
That's not a great shot. That looks a little iffy. And it's just not made clear enough why Yoda lost that fight or how he did. They seemed even. And the fall that Yoda took didn't seem dramatic enough. And Palpatine's just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I feel like I say, other than the fact that these were made backwards and we had to set up what was coming in episode 4, etc. But that's what I'm saying. This whole movie feels a bit rushed and everything had to be sort of crammed in because they spent too much time dealing with other stuff in the first 2 movies. But I don't hate the sequels except for Attack of the Clones. But at least they introduced Jango Fett and then killed him off.
Jango Fett is the less cool Boba Fett.
Maybe. He didn't get a chance to be super cool, though. He came in and died in the same movie.
Okay, to be fair, Boba Fett didn't get that much time either.
Yeah, but people built up a lot of Boba Fett. And we played with our action figures and made Boba Fett cool. By the time Jango Fett came out,
saw Boba Fett on screen for 5 seconds and decided he was cool, okay?
Yeah, but to be fair, he got 2 movies. He got introduced in Empire. Yeah. And then, so we had 3 years between Empire and Jedi to make up fan fiction about Boba.
I remember this moment in the game. That specific tower.
Yeah, this is okay, I guess. This is when the fight starts to fall off.
Is Yoda crawling through the vents?
Yeah, through the electrical ducts.
Is Yoda venting? Yoda sus?
Not sus.
Yoda was not the imposter. But see, just I feel I've got to go into exile now.
Oof.
Seemed like he tried very hard, is all I'm saying.
He tried harder than some of them, but maybe not as hard as he could have.
So what would have happened if the roles had been reversed and Yoda had gone to face Anakin? Obi-Wan would have gotten killed by Palpatine, obviously. But Yoda probably would have killed Anakin, and he probably would have finished the job. He probably was like, into the lava go you!
Yeah. So much lava.
Then Yoda could have come back and finished Palpatine.
Yes, a lot of lava. It's a lava planet.
Uh-huh.
Why is there so much lava?
It's a volcanic planet.
It's probably very hot here.
Even here, Anakin nearly falls here into the lava.
Damn.
It's in the script and in the movie. He's about to go over. He just barely survives. Even that's the turning point. Was well, Obi-Wan almost won there.
They're probably sweating like a motherfucker here.
Probably.
See, he's going over.
Like the whole planet is lava.
But yeah, this is when it becomes more of an action set piece and less of just a cool one-on-one.
Obi-Wan should have just pushed him with the Force right there. As it pushed the little droid under him.
Well, to be fair, they both tried to force push each other earlier, and they kind of negated each other.
Oh yeah, but Obi-Wan was getting his balance, and then he could like bam.
Maybe.
Or Anakin was getting his balance, whatever.
The fighting itself is still cool here, but I don't like the fact that they're on this stuff floating through the lava. I think that was just... It was unnecessary. Still an intense duel.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin, I don't think that's a very good fighting stance. I don't think just arms down is a very good fighting stance. Did you know nothing?
That's a line that's been derided for a long time.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. There's like two figures just staring at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing too, like right here, Anakin's gonna jump on Obi-Wan's platform.
Okay.
Like, why couldn't Obi-Wan just cut him down there like he does in a minute?
Who knows?
Anakin almost fell over after the jump. Like, oh frick, I miscalculated that.
Put a boot in his stomach, and that was it there.
Ooh, nice backflip.
But I told you earlier the setup about maybe they're playing off of the fight between Obi-Wan and Maul and not just military positioning with him having the high ground. But at the same time, why wasn't Anakin like, okay, I'm not going to try it. I'll just back off. You come after me. He didn't have to go after him here.
Very true.
Anakin should have just been like, no, I ain't going to do it. You come get me. You wanted me, come get me. I don't understand why Anakin was... He just had to make that jump. He could have been like...
Anakin was too cocky.
Oh, you got the high... Okay, fine.
Too cocky.
Come get me then. Obi-Wan like, well, aren't you going to come get me? No, you got the high ground. You're right. You
Anakin is very cocky.
True. I'm not saying it's out of character, but at the same time, he could have easily just waited for Obi-Wan or backed off or gone down the river a little bit and circled back.
He could have, but he didn't.
He didn't have to jump. This is my favorite moment in Star Wars. I love Obi-Wan's speech here.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't wait to hear it. Oh, never mind.
This whole section is great.
Yeah, except for the fact that Obi-Wan should have just gone down and kicked him into the lava. Or cut his head off. Just finish the job.
He didn't have the heart to. And
so it's better to just sit there and let him burn slowly?
Apparently.
Better on Obi-Wan's soul. He doesn't have to do it himself.
He should have just gone down and cut his head off and finished it.
Obi-Wan was too weak to do it himself.
Things could have been a lot different, Obi-Wan, if you just finished the job.
Now the second time, he definitely should have finished it.
You will have to go back and rewatch that again, because I don't have those strong feelings for that. Maybe I even did at the time. I mean, it's been, 3 years since Obi-Wan now?
Yeah, something like that.
I need to go back and rewatch it. I remember liking the fight, thinking it was really good.
The second time, I was like, okay. But maybe he didn't have the heart the first time. But, like, the second time, and he's been a tyrant for the years, and you've already failed and caused even more deaths, maybe have the heart this time.
Maybe.
It's nice of 3PO and R2 to get Padme on board.
Of course.
I like that little shoulder pat right there from Obi-Wan to C-3PO.
Man, imagine if Padme didn't die of broken heart.
Alright, Alex, you ready to recreate it?
Totally.
Padme stirs and says, Obi-Wan, is Anakin alright?
Nope.
That brought a big laugh in the theater.
Of course it did. It was brilliant.
That's my all-time favorite movie theater moment.
Movie's great.
When in Jedi, when Luke does the backflip and catches his lightsaber from R2 when they're on the skiff at the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movie moments of all time, and also something I saw in the theater for the first time.
Nice.
That would be amongst my favorite Star Wars moments. I know it's sort of it's not an incidental moment because obviously I needed to escape Jabba, but it's not one of the major story beats. But I always really like that moment. That's probably one of my top 5 movie moments
Moaning
of all
softly.
time.
Mm.
Is it getting hot in here? That's just the lava.
Welcome to
Is
Gabby.
that a chunk of volcanic rock in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Cannot date the lava.
Why not?
We can date the fire and date everything, though.
That's fact.
He looks like he came from Mustafar. There he... Ooh, he doesn't look so good. Just push him into the lava. I'll find somebody else. This is not been a good day.
It's still moaning softly.
Oof.
It is almost hard to believe Palpatine stuck with Vader after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else am I gonna find someone this strong to
This shot here of
manipulate?
this medical base on this planet looks very much like a 50s or 60s sort of sci-fi aesthetic. I'm sure that's what Lucas was going for, being somebody who grew up in that era watching those movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I think that's a really nice shot. Yeah, it was sometime around here that you would have had Qui-Gon and Yoda communicating.
Interesting.
There's a whole... I have no idea why. I didn't even realize it was there until I read through the script, and I haven't seen anything. I don't know if they shot it and cut it for time, or if Liam Neeson wasn't available, or what. Like, even those guys' outfits and stuff, that looks so much like 60s sci-fi.
Yeah.
But that's a neat little nod, especially for something that's born out of that early sort of sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
Even going back to, like, the Flash Gordon serials, which probably even predate the 60s.
I do not know.
But earlier sci-fi.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff that AI makes now.
Dwayne cannot feel good.
I might feel better than not.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't think it feels good either way, honestly.
We're losing her. She realized she made some mistakes and she doesn't want to take the responsibility for them, so she's just going to check out. I really lose a lot of respect for Padme as a character by this point. Even for all the other mistakes, still, stay around, fight the fight, be there for your children. Try to save the Republic and or start the
Dies of a
rebellion.
broken heart was fucking...
No, I agree. Like I said, I'm not somebody who's sitting here championing spousal abuse or anything, but Anakin should have done more to affect her death. It would have played into his turn to the dark side. That's what I always thought.
I thought Anakin accidentally killed
I thought
her.
that's what he was going to do.
I thought that's what happened, but
And I don't know why they chickened out on going that
but then
far.
Leia learned, nope, just death.
I mean, he's willing to just slaughter innocent children. I don't think it would have been out of character.
Yeah, I thought...
Especially if it was just in a moment of rage or something.
Yeah.
And they do it a little bit. He is choking her for a minute, but...
Yeah, I thought that pretty much... I thought that somehow killed her.
That doesn't play into it.
Yeah, no.
Esita is boy, apparently. And then in a minute he's going to say, like, Isata or something. Just slightly different for girl.
Good thing she had the names pre-planned.
Okay, that's completely realistic. Most people don't name their kids once they're born.
I'm just saying, I already have a list with like 13 names on it, and I'm not having a kid anytime soon. So.
I wasn't saying it if it was unrealistic.
This is weird that everybody's just watching.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the second part. It was Oida. It was like Oida for girl and like Oida for boy or whatever it said.
They're both on a medical table. Hashtag soulmates.
I mean, I'm sure that juxtaposition was intentional.
Yes. Damn, that mask looks cool.
I like that you see.
Does it come with Jarvis
and everything? This is right around the time of what Iron Man's 3 years after this, 2008.
Was it 2008 or 2009?
Probably something around that.
You can look it up, but I'll guarantee you it was 2008.
2008.
Sure.
If not 2008, it was 2007, and I just saw it in 2008 because that's when it came on video. But
What came out in 2009?
it was not 2009. That's probably Captain America was 2010,
Maybe.
or was that Iron Man? I can't remember.
Iron Man 2 is 2010.
Because I don't remember my Marvel chronology exactly, but I'll guarantee you Iron Man was 2008 or
Yes,
earlier.
it was.
Like I said, I didn't see it until it came on video, so I could have been remembering seeing it on video and it had come
Was
out
she
the year before.
still saying there's good in that motherfucker?
Yep.
Probably.
When she's literally dying, she's still saying there's good in him?
Yep.
Actually delusional.
Still
Sad
holding the
Yoda.
Japor snippet.
Ow.
Yo,
He
there's
just
totally
killed
good
a
in
bunch
me.
of innocent kids.
This is the guy that's still good in?
What?
This is the guy that's still good in?
Okay. That's not what it sounded like you said originally.
What did it sound like I said?
Yes, enlighten us. What does it sound like she said?
instead of you said they're still good, and it sounded like you said that's still, and then I wasn't sure what the last.
You don't know what they said. You just misheard, and you're trying to cover up. Well, that's not what it sounded like you said.
Yeah, no, it sounded like he had just said a couple other words instead of what he had said. So it's like, wait a second, what did you say over there?
This is the guy that raises sheep.
In your anger, you killed her.
It wasn't like he had said something.
I mean,
crazy.
that's also partially why I believed he killed her, because.
Well, I mean, I never believed it. I never believed it once I saw the movie. I just assumed going in that was going to be the story. That's kind of always what it felt like.
Well, it's what I thought when I was younger, because apparently I didn't pay much attention.
Right.
Based on this, there were no movies in 2009. More MCU movies.
What was Cap in 2011?
Yeah.
No.
And they did Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk in 2008.
People come down on that, but it works. It's what he would do in that moment.
Iron Man 2 in 2010, Thor and Captain America in 2011, and then the Avengers in 2012.
There's a little bit more here, too. Yoda actually lays out that they should make Padme still seem pregnant at her funeral so nobody knows that the children survived. Which I think when you see the funeral, it does look like she's still pregnant, but it's not actually vocalized as it was in the script.
Interesting.
Which, of course, makes sense. Yeah, because Anakin would never think to go back to his home planet for any reason.
He hates sand. Why would he go back there?
Stay far, far away from the sand.
It's his weakness. Whenever Darth Vader sees sand, he's like, nope, I'm not going there. I cannot step foot on there. That is sand, I do not like
Instead of the whole salt circle thing, sand.
So throw some pocket sand at me, he's like, ah!
Darth Vader's one weakness.
Imagine those pocket sand at him in episode 4. Yeah, I don't like that, do you? It's close. That's fluff. It gets everywhere.
Not Wedge Antilles, a different Captain Antilles. He is the Captain Antilles you see at the beginning of episode 4, but it's not Wedge, and I don't think they're related. I guess Antilles is just a name like Smith or Jones.
Probably, but that's interesting.
Still waiting for that Wedge Antilles movie or the whole Rogue Squadron. That's what I thought Rogue One was going to be, was the story about Rogue Squadron, which is the X-Wing squad that Luke was a part of in the first Death Star run, and then it was led by Wedge, and there's a series of books on them that's really good.
Jojo.
Yeah, like I say, and Boss Nass.
Jojo, this is all your fault.
What did Jojo do?
He is the one who recommended Palpatine get more powers in the Senate, remember?
Exactly. It's all Jojo's fault.
When he became a senator. Well, might be the people who elected Jar Jar to be a senator, too. You can probably blame them.
Yeah.
Not sure why they looked at him and said, that's senator material.
For the same reason somebody looked at him and was like, you know what, his tongue should be a lollipop.
Damn, Star Wars would be so much better if Jar Jar just died. Everyone would be happy.
I don't hate Jar Jar, though.
And there's Grand Moff.
No, I'm not saying I hate him. I'm just saying the story would have turned out better if he died. Everyone would have been happy.
No.
And you can make the argument here that how did it take them 20 years to finish this Death Star?
It's a giant moon-sized
multiple things.
Space
It could have been finished or mostly finished for a while. Maybe they had to fix one little glitch or something, or maybe they were keeping it secret until the right time. But at the same time, if you think about technology, that's kind of how it works. It takes a while to get to those early stages. Yep. And then once you get the first ones out, then it starts to progress really fast. Think about everything we have, phones, computers, cars, etc., how it took a long time to get to the early, really good working models of them. But then all of a sudden they progress really fast.
And also it's a moon-sized space base. Not easy to build the first time.
Yeah, but they have the second one almost completely built in 3
Well, yeah, once they've done once.
That's my point.
It's easier.
That's my point, is that, it actually does make sense. And then we get our one shot of Bale's wife, who's the queen of... Oh god, what's the name of their planet all of a sudden?
I have no idea.
It's the one that's blown up at the beginning of Star Wars.
Alderaan?
Thank you. I was about to call it Endor.
It's a giant Ewok.
To be fair, they're on the moon of Endor. That's where the Ewoks live. Endor is a planet.
What's happening on Ender?
Or either that or Endor.
Oh
is
my
the moon
god,
of
are
another
those
planet.
moisture things?
Yeah, evaporators.
Evaporators. Oh yeah. Moisture forming for life. Imagine there was a game that was like Tatooine farming simulator.
Oh gosh.
So like that new
Star Wars farming
like that
sim.
new Shire game, but it's on Tatooine.
Yeah. Maybe just a general Star Wars farming sim.
I mean, honestly, I'm down for this.
Yeah, honestly, that's it.
Can I get a lightsaber and go mining like in Stardew Valley?
Oh my god, I guess that'd be so awesome.
That just feels like a mod for Stardew
Or maybe
Valley.
to get like a Vibro blade.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
you have
it'd be
different ones.
It'd be cooler to be a Jedi.
You get different weapons too. And
Yeah.
You can go do different things. You could choose
Get a
different
blast.
paths.
Oh, that'd be so fucking.
And then speaking of framing again, we start this. We end this near where we started in episode 4 with
Yo,
Luke
we need
gazing
a
out over the twin
we
suns.
need a Star Wars Dew Valley. Stardew Wars
I'd
Valley.
play it. I'm looking forward to that Shire game, so I'd play a Star Wars take on it.
And that was episode 3. Like I say, I think almost unanimously considered the best of the prequels.
Obviously.
Good movie, good movie.
And like I say, 20 years later, I see different things in it than I did originally. And I think it's a really well done tragedy. Still a good Star Wars movie, too, although it still has the same problems it always did. But actually, an excellent take on a tragedy.
Yeah. And it's cool as fuck lightsaber fights. Cool as fuck tragedy.
Wow. Absolute wow.
So any other closing thoughts before we wrap it up? You guys haven't watched it any time recently, have you, other than this?
No.
I have not.
Peter Mayhew played Chewbacca. He just passed away recently, didn't he?
I think so.
And Ahmed Best, of course, played Jar Jar and got to play the Jedi who saved Grogu in the TV shows. I don't remember if that was Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian, to be honest with you,
I don't remember
at this point. Well, that was fun taking a look at this. Like I said, we'd done a commentary previously, but it's been 10 years, and I just saw a few new things I thought were worth pointing out.
I agree.
If you ever get a chance to read the script to it, like I say, it just sort of adds in, especially with the political intrigue, which, I mean, a lot of people don't like that, but it feels really prescient with what's going on in our world right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Well, I enjoyed that episode. I hope everybody else did as well. I hope you two did.
Absolutely.
Of course, I should say, check out our Patreon. We haven't been doing a lot there lately. We need to pick it up, but it's still there. It's patreon.com/LexiConvo.
Yep.
That's also our handle over on the app formerly known as Twitter. And, of course, continue to follow us here when we'll be back very soon. Until then, I will continue to be Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
And this is LexiCon Concluded.
Bye.
And may the Force be with you.